Hello, everybody. Welcome to Minus One Charisma, the second best Dungeons & Dragons stream on the internet. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue playing our Aventide stream, which is our long-form campaign. We are on episode 33, which means 33 weeks with this group.
Oh my gosh.
Congrats. Ew. Congrats. Question mark?
Congratulations.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We left off on a pretty tumultuous spot last week, which I'm excited about. I'm sure they are too. Look at their faces. That's the face of someone who's excited. Yeah, okay. All of you at once. You guys want to play some D&D?
I would love that. I guess. That's fine.
All right.
If you want.
I guess let's play some D&D. Boom.
Yeah.
Whoa, good day. Don't I know you? Maybe not. Different now, other than then. What does that mean again? Oh, who's this halfling? Why is he wearing a wildling cape? Kelwise? What's a Kelwise? Oh, that must be his name. Wait, I know a Kelwise, right? And this one is Trust, Cornelia. Oh, and that one's Pop. Oh, Dresden. Such fond memories of that one. At least I think I do. Yeah, he saved my life, right? Right. And this one's Eva. No. Of course it's not Eva, stupid. This one's Rezik. Oh, shoot. It's Rezik. Bugger. You think he's still mad about the whatever it is? I'm sure it'll come back to me soon. Feels like a lifetime ago. Been with this bunch. Maybe I've been researching here a little too long, eh? Let me get my notes. Where are my notes? Right, notes. Oh, the Troggy's got them. My memory's just not what it used to be. Well, I'm glad this bunch showed up when they did. That Ronin with the scary spider head monster was pretty terrifying. Terrifying. Who's this? Kelwise? What's a Kelwise? Oh, that's right, Kelwise. He's my friend. He gave me this. Well, glad he's here. I fought off the, that. What was I even talking about? Oh, yes, sorry. Eva. Wonder if she's here. Probably doesn't want to see me after that little spat we had. Who could even remember what it was about? Okay. Deep breath. It's all coming back. Oi! Trust! Cornelia! To think we'd meet here. All right. Last time on Aventide, the group narrowly dodging that hunter, the big giant beast with 4 legs that had been just trying to eat Pup for 2 weeks, it seemed like, as we took an intermission into Ja Rule.
Tasty.
The group made their way up the cliff face of Wildling Isle. There they met these small little 3-foot-tall beings we dubbed Wildlings, who had these small wooden masks and these finely woven grayish capes that kind of let them glide across the wind. They were called board shorts or bikinis based on their physical attire. They didn't really look any different. It just seems like they had chosen one of the different styles of dress. Accepting the woven cape of fibers, Kelwise quickly found out it was an engagement promise, having to let a bikini down gently. But it was a little bit more of a runaway bride situation. At the Wildling camp, they found a new researcher named Bartholomew Thunderstock, who seemed to know them from a different now, or was from a different then. The party found out that there's a temple-like building on the north end of the island, corresponding with the Odgarod houses. So they set off in that direction, but on their first night, while scavenging for turnips and tots, Pup was paralyzed by a scary firehead spider monster that they had that had been talked about by Bartholomew, but hadn't really seen yet. And that is kind of where we take this. We start this. Pup, we talked about it. You were staring into this thing's eyes. Huge, long, spider-like legs, only very thick, almost steel-like. Different pieces of its appendages with this almost waving heat emanating from them from the air. Every time they touched the ground, charred remains, and it's this giant head that we said was just massive, full of teeth, staring at you with this almost black flames writhing on it. Its eyes made of what looked like just embers. And Dresden, you were right behind, picking up tots and turnips, and you had kind of noticed the Pup had just gone silent, and in a different kind of silence. Roll a d20.
Oh, Bobby dice. Or, what was it?
Just a d20.
No, obviously, just a straight d20.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
14. I was like, I said it, and then I was like, wait, I should add something to this, and then I was like, wait, I don't remember what he asked, and I'm gonna drink some more coffee.
Dresden, you have a. It's not so much that you hear this silence, because the leaves are still rustling through the air. You can still hear your footsteps, but there's this eeriness, and you have this sense in the back of your mind. Something pulling at you. Maybe just a warm draft passes by that you feel is maybe out of place, and as you turn, you see Pup just completely stuck in a very, very unnatural position, just not moving, almost not breathing. You look, and it seems like just stuck. And that's when you kind of see these flames that aren't really emitting light. It's strange. It's like this weird, dry heat that pulls up, and you see this almost shadow wreathed in flames pull up next to Pup. Huge.
Like right next to you?
Right next to Pup, and it's just staring at you. And you look, you can't help but are being drawn to its eyes. Roll 2 other d20s for me.
Look at me, I've got 2 Bobby dice right here. Ooh, one of them's a 4, and the other
4.
one's a 9. So they did in fact come from Bobby.
A 9, and what's your will save?
We're playing 5e.
Oh, sorry. Your wisdom. What's your wisdom modifier?
I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I know it wasn't 5e. Wisdom modifier?
Yeah.
Just straight wisdom modifier?
Yeah.
It's like a big old goose egg.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you look at this thing, and it's strange because it moves in almost an unnatural way, as if it was glitching. It's not moving smoothly through the earth, and it's very hard to see. It's almost imperceptible, but it's glitching through the air just ever so slightly as it moves. And you look at its face, and there's almost a smile on its just giant toothy maw as it stares at you. And you're reminded, you've seen a smile like this before. And it was many, many, many years ago. You look and you remember in the pit, you had that giant flush of core that just racked your body, racked your brain, all kinds of different memories coming back. And that man, you had shown up to that house blood everywhere. There was a man who had killed his own family and was just bathing in their blood. And when you saw him, you saw this grin on his face when you decided there's no justice. There just isn't. And so you ended his life. That red streak crossing your hair, this smile, the same kind of smile on this thing's face as you stare into him, and you feel your body kind of move outside of yourself, as if your awareness is moving, and you find yourself in what feels like darkness, just pure pitch darkness, and you feel something heavy on your shoulders, like a rock, and you're walking forward, and you feel the rock scraping against the ground, scraping against your back as you pull it, this high-pitched with every step as you walk on this pathway, and you look down, and you're on this narrow, very narrow path that curves just a little bit. And when you really look out into this dark expanse, you see a ring, and it's a blade. You're walking along this blade, carrying on your back this heavy stone that seems to be just grinding against the side of it in this endless circle. And you see on one side of this, on the inside of this ring, you see things that you've cared about in your life, things you want to protect, all kinds of different beings, morality, things you've held yourself back from. And on the other side, you see that smile, thousands of that smile way, way outside, as if you're sharpening this blade continuously to keep them out, to protect these things. And that's swirling and swirling, and in the darkness, you see this creature staring at you, smiling, much more animated now, almost casual, as it just kind of walks around, and you realize this has to be some kind of inner part of your mind. This can't be real, but he's there, and so are you. And as he walks around, he tries to tests the blade, and he speaks to you in just a harsh tone, something you've maybe heard before, in maybe a voice inside, maybe like an intrusive thought or something like that, something visceral and very, very, very personal, but also weird. And he walks up to you in this weird space as you continue on, that sense that if you ever were to stop, this blade would dull so much that the outside would be let in. And he just stares at you for a second. Set it down. Set it down. It's too heavy. And it just watches you and walks along, just creeping along the outside very casually as you pull this stone, watching you. And you see something inside this ring. It's not necessarily solid, but you swear you see it. It's like when you look at it, it disappears, but out of your peripherals, it's always there. It's this crown, maybe, of this red crown made of light. And you've never seen it before, but it seems very familiar. And it feels heavy. And you see it just for a second atop another being. A white being that's just sitting inside this circle, milling about. Yeah, and you just continue to crawl from what seems like forever, getting more and more tired as you walk across this plain. What are you doing?
This thing's just mirroring me.
Yeah. So it seems on one side there's a being that's walking, creeping, this spider-like being, and on the other side, someone just kind of watching you, amused. It doesn't have any features, but you can feel its every thought.
Do I recognize the?
Roll an investigation with advantage.
Look at me with 2 Bobby dice. Fucking Bobby dice.
Roll them up in chat.
So that's with advantage. So 14.
14. Yeah. So this being, he's inside the circle, which strikes you as odd because you didn't put him there, not intentionally. Sure. He's not something you thought about. He's not something that you wanted in there, and yet he wears this crown and walks almost like royalty. Like you've seen viceroys who have been lifelong leaders walk with an air of dignity, and he does it, but almost mockingly as he watches you.
I've seen Fitz walk.
And yeah, you see this grin on his face,
the same
a very
grin?
Cheshire grin. No, it's a little bit more mischievous. He looks up to you and offers you a hand, as if to help you. And you get the sense that there's more to this story than just the pure offer of help.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna just sort of disregard the one in the circle. I mean, anything in the circle is fine by me. That's why I keep sharpening the goddamn ring, right? And I'm gonna look to the guy at the right with his updated graphics card now, and I'm just gonna look at him. Yeah, I wouldn't, I'm not gonna stop, so, you can try to come in, but watch out, it's sharp.
And that's when you see Pup inside this place, this darkness, and that same position, and you can't see Pup's face because they're turned away from you, but you can see the struggle, just the tremors, and it walks up to Pup with that claw made of what seems like burning heat, and it just starts dragging it across Pup's arm, and you feel steam. Pup, you just feel something cutting your arm slowly as you start to, and you don't bleed because it's so hot that as it cuts, it cauterizes at the same time. And Pup, you're feeling all this as it's happening to you in the real world, as you see Dresden just kind of staring. You feel him staring as you can barely see, just cutting your arm and soldering it. And Dresden, you just see so much joy on this thing's face. It's just elated. It is so happy, and it's not even the pain that is the best part. It's the feelings of claustrophobia that Pup must be feeling, just being constrained. This being who loves to be free and so joyous, and you just see it. And it says,
Pup is outside the ring.
Pup is outside the ring, yeah. And you hear it again. Put it down. Come out here and meet me.
And I'll just sort of look at him and see that Pup's now outside the ring, and sort of ease the stone from my shoulders and go, I guess I need a bigger ring. And I'll just spring on him if I can.
Okay, so you start to take this stuff off, ready to go out there, and you hear a voice. Well, I wouldn't do that if I were you. You leave this ring, what happens to all the stuff inside? You gonna
You are.
leave all of it behind just to go save one person? What about them? And inside the ring, you see Kelwise, Cornelia, Rezik, and Trust just hanging out. None the wiser. You see them in there. They're just setting up camp. Nothing's wrong. You see Fitz kind of milling about, complaining about something. Clearly, none the wiser.
See, that's the problem. It's people like you regal heirs and the whole world at your fingertips. You don't get it. You never have. One person is all the rest.
Well, if you're willing to throw it all away, I guess I could lend you the strength you need to keep going as your shoulders look very tired. But remember, I'm inside. I'm always there. And I'm here when you need me. And he smiles. And the word justice pops into your mind. And you see finally clearly, not even out of the peripherals, but this being made of what looks like the outline of white light. Just this weird confluence of the dark and the light, almost like the sketched outline with this crown made of what feels like rage and happiness and justice on his head. And he looks and says, I'm a part of you as you are a part of me. And someday you'll learn that. And as he does, he jumps at you before you can do anything, and boom, you feel this slap across your face, and you start to blink, and you're back, staring straight at this being that is still just slowly cutting into Pup. What do you do?
I'm just gonna bum rush that thing. Pull the herniax off my shoulder and just sort of like run at it like a pike almost, just trying to wedge it in between the two of them as fast as I possibly can.
Roll a initiative.
I abandon the Bobby dice.
Yes, Dresden.
And I get a 4.
4. This thing falls to the ground. It's your way. And springs at you. The air ignites heat. You feel your armor start to light up. Pup, you start to feel the hair burning on your skin as you're still stuck, and it's a cold chill. It's so hot now it feels cold as your skin just starts to it's not boiling, but you feel like it's there as this thing comes diving at you, Dresden. Attacks, and that armor you have, it jumps, grabs your arm, can't break through the thick plates of armor as you narrowly manage to just knock its face away by the thinnest margin. And it's your turn. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Fantastico. Was I able to get, I guess I was charging with the herniax, trying to just sort of like create any sort of, I'm still going to just try, because I can't really swing it while I've got my shield on, I don't think, right? I think that's basically how the two-handed weapon rules work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm literally just trying to just not like attack so much, it's just sort of break distance in between it and just like force it back a little using that momentum.
Mm-hmm. Okay, roll an athletics check.
Is this thing separate from the spider, or is this the spider?
This is the spider.
Okay, I was very confused. Got it.
I'm sorry.
So we're not close enough
we're
to hear
back
anything?
To reality. We'll see in a second.
I can't roll for shit. Oh, that's an 8.
An 8.
I'm retiring.
It's
dice
forward
so fast.
momentum. It tries to bite you. You slide underneath it, just heft with all your might, and shove this thing to the side using its own momentum. And you hear a voice in the back of your head, that same guy. Just the whispers. I'm here when you need me. Just take the crown. And you slide over, you see Pup, still that big scar down the side of their arm, where you see it's just red with that fresh wound that was just burned and cut away.
Yeah. Do I have any like a free action or anything?
Yeah, you can have a free action. Sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scream, "Everyone to me!" as loud as I can.
Yeah, everybody, you hear this pretty far off in the distance, but you hear Dresden. And there's no mistake. His voice is screaming. What do you all do?
Can I move? Or am I still like transfixed?
Pup, you're still just locked in place.
Yeah, I get moving immediately.
Yeah, can we see where it's coming from or listen and just head over that way?
Yeah, you can
See how
pretty
far it is?
easily hear where it is. It's maybe a few hundred feet away, though, so it's going to take you guys a little while to get there.
Yeah.
Dresden, this thing turns on you. 2 arms just jump out on its many legs. It comes rearing towards you and tries to slice what looks like just cut you in half from your waist with 2 strikes of its arms, and one of them finds purchase, just ripping through like a knife, stabbing in between one of those plates, and you just feel this burning hot blade come falling into your body as you take 6 damage from the actual cut, and as it burns your skin, you take another 3 points of damage as this fire just burns inside of you. Pup, you're feeling this burning sensation. Dresden right next to you, just flailing about, screaming out. Roll a d20. Roll a wisdom save, I guess.
Up?
Say. Yeah, Pup. Sorry.
A wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay, got these new dice. Snake dice.
Big days.
14 plus 2.
16.
Yeah. Wait, you said it's safe?
Yeah.
Oh, I get a plus 3, so that's 17.
A 17. You feel something peel away, as if there's just 3 fingers gripping you tightly now. You can see it, you can feel it, and you just pry one of those fingers away as you're in your mind, as your head starts to turn. Your body's still locked in, but you feel your head start to give way, as if the rest of your body's still not responding, but you're trying to push through that, as your head is basically free. From this grass, as you can see Dresden still on the ground. Dresden, you have this thing stabbed into your, like, right under your collarbone.
Great.
What are you doing?
Do I see that Pup is sort of broken out of?
Pup is moving their head right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's about all. Still, the body seems stiff.
Okay. Am I prone? Am I down? Or am I up?
No. It just stabs right into you. You're still on your feet.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna bonus action change to a defensive pose. And I guess try and just put myself in between Pup and the thing, and just shout over to Pup. Either run or flank it, and just pull out my sword.
Okay.
Do I have?
You
an
get an attack.
or-
Yeah. You have an attack.
I guess I'll take an attack with my with Calyx's long dead sword.
Okay. Yeah, you pull out that sword with the teeth on it, the blades, just a rending saw of a sword.
21.
21, you hit.
All right. I know what a D8 looks like. 10 points of
10
slashing.
points of slashing damage. Yeah, so you take a defensive pose, you pull out your shield, and in the same motion, you push that blade that's burning inside your skin. You rip it out, and you slash across this thing's face, and this flame, and it's not made of heat. You feel it. It's made of malice, anger, treachery, all those feelings that you have suppressed through your years and years of seeing these horrible atrocities, all that disappointment that you felt in humanity, this thing embodying all the worst qualities of that. And it's not even that it embodies them, it leans into them, enjoys them, tries to spread them. And you feel all that coming out of this being. Not a mortal being that you're used to seeing. You're not even sure if this thing is real at this point. Right. The rest of you coming running down the bend quite far away. The four of you see Dresden slash this being. You're still about 100 feet away, charging towards them. What are you guys doing?
So, if we're 100 feet away, I'm gonna launch a Firebolt. But can I see this creature?
Yeah, you can see it. It's like Dresden's fighting what looks like a giant shadow made of flame on what seems like these spindly spider legs. As the whole thing is kind of weary because of the heat being emitted, blurring your vision.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, Eva, could use some backup, and I'm going to snap like I usually do for Firebolt, and get a bolt, like a little bolt of fire in my hand. But I'm going to use Eva's ability to transform that into a ball of ice instead.
Okay. Yeah. So this giant ice bolt comes. Roll an attack.
Okay. Incento, and I'm going to throw it, and then.
And Eva pops out onto your shoulder,
22.
and she almost giggles and laughs as she takes his spell. And you guys see Eva, like, he's casting this spell, which is perfect and pristine, and it's as if she took a magic marker and drew a happy face on his spell.
Thanks, Dan. Toss it. 22.
Oh. And you hit. Roll damage. This giant ice bolt, Dresden, right in front of you just slams. This almost a spear of ice comes flying through.
7 damage.
7 damage. All right. Yeah, and this thing screeches and reels, and more of that hatred flows out of this giant iced wound. Eva, tapping into something primal again in her nature, pulls out something from what seems like the nether. What do you guys want to do? The rest of you.
I'm gonna run towards it with my 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
We just because this isn't me trying to like get a dig at you. I'm just confusing campaigns. We didn't level up last time, did we?
No.
Okay. I was like, because I leveled up somewhere and I don't remember where right now.
Good try.
You don't get it if you don't ask, right?
No, I was really concerned.
Is that how it works?
Okay, so it was 100 feet. So if I go 30 feet, then I'm 70 feet away.
Yeah.
Damn. I can't do much from that far away. Yeah, I can't. I'll cast Dancing Lights and try and confuse it. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So lights start flashing around, and your lights are almost absorbed immediately into that black spirit fire. It's almost like
Can I see any veins on it pulsing?
It's vein time.
It's almost like it's like half incorporeal. It's not even. It's not really made of matter, although it's physical and it's moving. This thing just it seems to be just wavering almost as that ice bolt hit it. Things are changing around in its physical makeup.
Okay, and question for you: how am I more resistant to heat, fire, whatnot?
Yes.
How I
as a
don't have that
tiefling.
anywhere on my sheet.
You take
what-
half damage from fire.
Got it. Okay, cool. And now my turn has ended.
Kelwise, Cornelia, anything you guys want to do?
I was gonna see if I can just attack it actually, and if it's seen me, if I can get sneak attack, with my bow and arrow.
Sure, you can shoot at it.
As-
And Dresden's right next to it, so you would.
Would it be advantage if he hasn't seen me, or?
Let's see. It seems like it turns as that ice bolt hit it. It turned and looked at all of you and saw you guys coming.
Yeah, dang. Okay. So I rolled a 17. 7. How do we do this again, guys?
I don't know.
Just say you rolled a natty.
Just make up a number.
19.
19. That hits. That hits. Yeah, roll attack. And because Dresden is there, smashing his body into it, trying to get it off Pup. Roll with you roll your sneak attack dice as well.
All right. So I'm gonna roll 3d6.
You.
So 8, 12, 11.
11 damage. All right. So you do this arrow comes flying right behind the ice bolt and hits it right in where you imagine its face is. It's hard to tell as it's shifting and seems like it's moving in the atmosphere. Kelwise, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pull out my sword and shield, and I was thinking about dashing toward it. But
Okay.
are there any
Yeah.
bodies of water nearby, perchance?
There's not really any water, like solid bodies of water anywhere nearby. No,
Not even just like large puddles.
not really.
Didn't rain
Not
last
here.
night? No? Okay.
No. There's this. It's just this big hilly roots and stuff like that. There's a lot of trees. Like the ground itself is moist, but it's not substantial amounts of water that you're used to.
Okay.
Romantically moist?
I wasn't going to say it.
I saw it in your
I
eyes.
need a new jar for that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'll just pull out my sword and shield and dash.
Okay, yeah. So you pull out your sword and shield, you dash at this thing. Heat starts wreathing you. You feel it immediately. Your shield almost starting to get too hot to hold. Same with you, Dresden. You start to feel like you're in an oven. This full plate of armor is starting
Great day to put on.
heat up.
Just cover myself in metal. This is great.
Yeah. Pup, you struggle. Your head is now free. Your mind is free of this thing. What are you doing? You can either try and break out of this thing, or I mean.
Yeah, I kind of have to, right? There's nothing else
Yeah.
I can do
Yeah.
at
For
all.
the most part. I mean, you could try and I don't know, mess with
Sneeze
the
on it?
threads or something like that if you wanted in your mind's eye.
Flank it. I yelled at you.
If you have anything like that, but yeah.
No, I think that everything that I have needs. It's like semantic is the
Yeah. Somatic.
that one. Semantic's a
Yeah.
different word.
I say
Hi, I
semantic
would like
every
to
time.
break free.
I say yeah. Okay.
Semantics.
Roll a d20. Roll another wisdom save.
Sorry, what am I doing?
Another wisdom save.
Okay. It's 6.
A 6. You start to pull, and that finger almost starts to tighten as you feel your ribs kind of start to just pull in just a little bit, making it hard to breathe. Dresden, at the same time.
Can I just like bonus try to gnaw at it?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So you start to gnaw. Pup starts to gnaw at something. And then this battle.
Is that a physical phenomenon that I can see, or is that
no.
something
It's
that-
been a battle
just making
in Pup's mind. Is basically
I missed
been
it. Sorry.
this fight. But outside of the battle, Pup wants everyone to know that they're a fighter on both ends. Leave no stone unturned. That thing, Dresden, screeching, looks down at you, filled with hatred, and it seems to just target all of this hatred onto you. Something you feel in its eyes. It blames you for everything, and it's
Yeah, I'm
very,
used to that.
it's unfair, but it's there in its eyes, and it almost has a tinge of sadness and depression as it strikes out at you with its mouth.
Yeah, I can
It
wear
goes-
that like an old winter sweater.
It goes
I'm
to
used
bite at you, Dresden, and you, in that moment, you see in its teeth, you see this, what looks like a sphere, a core inside its body, inside this huge mouth, and it opens up so wide you see it right there in front of you, and that's
Like a piece of core, like a literal physical piece of core.
not necessarily core, not like you're used to. No. This thing's core, this essence, you see sinews and strands of its body, all kind of attached to this circular, what looks like a giant pearl inside it or something like that. This sphere holding it together as it tries to bite you, and you see this opportunity to strike out at this thing. If you want to take it now, it would be a gamble because this teeth, huge teeth, and you'd have to reach basically in there to strike at it. But it's left itself open.
Everyone's still pretty far away, right?
Yeah.
How's
Pup's
this
there,
thing looking?
just kind of
How-
burning. It's
I mean,
it's
I
really hard to
realize-
tell. Every time
Right,
it gets
it's-
struck, it just gets angry. It seems to be more agitated. It had that such a cool veneer before when it was interacting with you, and now seems to be kind of rattled.
You know, when you take a huge ass sword and you just strike something across the face, and then one of your friends shoots it with a giant icicle, and other people are harrowing it, and you describe it as, did you say annoyed or perturbed or something like that? What was it?
Agitated.
Agitated.
Yeah, agitated. That doesn't put a warm fuzzy feeling in my stomach. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can I reach in with my with my shield arm? Can I get like kind of, or like reach in? How big is the mouth? What are we talking here?
The mouth opens
bigger than a bread box.
maybe 5 or 6 feet all the way.
What?
It's huge. Yeah.
Oh
Miata.
God! You weren't kidding when you said it was a Miata. Gosh. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna reach in. Is
Go
it
for a
something I
ride.
can grab, or would I have to sort of like strike at? Do you know what I mean?
You
it
kind of
how
have to
far in
lunge
is it?
at it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a deep ass breath and just dive in. I
Alright.
don't feel good about that at all.
Men
Give
in
me
Black
a-
style. Just
Give
dive
me an
right in
ath-
its mouth.
Give me an
Everyone's coming.
athletics check with advantage. Dresden, you see this thing open its mouth, ready to strike, and you're not sure it's not going to hit Pup as well. It's such a big maw that you see that opportunity as it opens up in its agitation, and you dive into its mouth. You see this thing, you grab onto it, and you start to just tear it from its body as it starts to try and
Athletics
fight
is
you.
19.
A 19. And you guys all see Dresden jump into this thing's mouth, and it starts to scream. Dresden,
You
Badass.
You
start-
I
you
was
start-
depressed, but now
you're-
you're like, oh, I fucking did it.
you're
Dummy.
in hell right now. Dresden, you're in the mouth of this being
Yeah,
made
I'm
of
the turducken.
black flames, and your face and your skin start to sizzle. You look, and your hands start to burn a deep, deep red as you start to see the layers of flesh start to
Wait, do I
burn
have-
as you tear and you
There weren't
tear
any
and you.
gauntlets in this set.
Oh well, through this,
So it's
through this,
hotter.
your skin, you rip this core out, and then you feel this whole thing just kind of fall slack, and then it, in a light, weird way, it starts to dissolve, and then into ashes. You feel that heat just release. Now your armor shining this bright orange, almost giving off your own light as you just have these pads on you that are hot, rapidly cooling, just hot. As you guys run over, you get to him real quickly, and you see Dresden standing there in a pile of ash, his body singed and creepy, and Pup, you feel those fingers just let go as you fall down to the ground.
Gods, are you okay?
Don't touch me. I think I'm really hot. I think
What?
Amazing. What
happened?
happened?
I have no idea what just happened.
I
Am
hope there's
still
only
holding-
one of those.
No, the
Yeah.
thing you were holding just
Ow.
into like ash, this light ash, and then almost floated away. Cornelia, you had noticed the ash as it floated on the wind almost chose its path on the wind. It's weird. To the layman, it would have just flown in all different directions. This light fiber, but it flowed off to the west, almost like as if pulled by a current or a stream.
We are.
And Dresden, you stand there, and you who've taken many points of burning and fire damage, as your
Yeah.
body just feels.
You put a number on that?
Well, I rolled for it, and I got an 18.
Oh, I have 1 point. I have 1 point.
I have a question. The
Yeah.
giant icicle that had been thrown at this creature, what
Yeah.
happened to it after it hit the creature?
Well, it's created out of magic, so it smashes against it and then almost explodes and shatters into
non-existence, not
well,
into puddles.
It's one of the water.
I'm just
this
wondering,
one,
yeah.
this one, it's not a big puddle because again, it was just like an icicle, right? So a small puddle, but yeah, it's still some. There's still some water around that
Gonna
it's
roll it?
like it's
Yeah, I was gonna
being
splash it at
absorbed.
Dresden to try to cool him off.
Yeah, and I'll,
No,
I'll use
here,
I'll also use
please.
like
And also
Presto.
here.
I'll use Presto
Yeah,
over time
so-
to cool.
So you
different
start to
sections of the
put
metal.
water on his armor,
And
and
I'll
it's so
blow on
hot
it.
that the water itself starts to sizzle and turn into steam, and it's almost like
Oh.
you might burn him with the water turning into steam, unless you had
Just
an
doing that
awful
thing where-
lot of it.
I'm just trying not to touch
Okay,
any
what
of
if-
any of it. You know what I mean? Like you stay real still.
If I turn it into ice first, does it sublimate or does it just melt?
You could turn the little bits of it into ice and start to slowly
Ooh, that
cool him
sounds-
down.
that sounds
Yeah,
sexy
mostly
to
on the
slowly-
skin.
Yeah,
Put
does
that
it
ice
You
on
probably,
the metal
yeah, you
armor.
might, you probably
Ooh.
want to keep it away from the armor plates,
Top
but you
Gun
could
right
could
there.
definitely like create some ice and then start to like rub it on his burned skin.
So yeah, we'll all work together to just cool him down.
Ice you down.
Yeah. So you guys start to do that, and from around as you guys are doing that quickly, Bartholomew comes running up. He's got like a rapier and what looks like a strange device. It looks almost like a wooden club with a long, what looks like metal shaft on the end. It's maybe a 1 foot long shaft on the end. It's nothing you guys have ever seen before. And he has those in hand. Oh yeah,
Hey, bud.
I heard you screaming.
Yeah, you usually come late to the fight. You would know better than us.
Well, I
right?
usually run away from the fight.
That's smart. I'm not gonna knock you for that.
Yeah, I'm a
you got there?
researcher. I'm a researcher, not not a fighter. It's why I went with yous.
You don't have any moisturizer, do you?
Moisturizer. You mean like some aloe or
Maybe some
something?
aloe vera. Some
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
maybe back in my pack. I left that somewhere. I can't remember where my pack is, but once I find it, yeah, maybe I'll find something like that.
I have like
I
a
think-
secret remedy from my mother.
I hope
Secret
nothing
remedy?
comes on me.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Watch this. And I just lick Dresden.
God, I hope your tongue
And
doesn't
you
burn
lick, you start to lick his skin, and flakes of his skin come off with your tongue.
off. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Sheets.
Please don't. Please
I
don't do
just
that.
keep you doing it because that's what I don't know. That's what dogs do.
Ooh.
And Dresden, it's
Ooh.
hard to tell if it
Ooh.
hurts because it's just so fresh and yeah. Yeah, and he looks at you and like, that's not quite
I'm gonna vomit a little in my mouth.
yeah.
I think was it Cornelia had the right idea, though. Was that the only one? Everyone, look around. I can't really move.
Yeah, can we look around for any
Yeah.
other dangers?
Roll a perception check. I mean, you know that
And while they're
Dresden had been
all-
screaming, so if there was anything else hunting you, I mean, you're pretty aware that it would know where you are now.
Screamed singular. It was a command. It was manly. It was
Super manly.
I rolled
yeah.
a 16.
cut to like the reality.
As far as you know, that anything in the area was probably scared off. Doesn't sound like anything's coming for you. You don't see anything moving towards you. Just the area itself is singed, as you were. The ground dried out. The plants around it kind of burned. And Pup, your fur
Mm-hmm.
and that scar it left.
Is it dope?
It's
I like
dope, but it feels like it was deeper. This being wasn't just cutting you; it was almost cursing you, in a way. That cut it doesn't hurt, but there's like the shadow of the pain that it inflicted there still, and ever present.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna. Go
It
ahead.
still hurts.
Is it
I
bleeding?
know that it's like
or do we
it's
see
like-
anything?
closed, right? But it's still.
Yeah,
hurts.
that's a deep burn. A deep burn. I'm going to cast detect magic and say Quella, and my fingers kind of go out like they're scanning, and my eyes turn bright yellow or like a bright gold. And I'll just kind of look at the wound. Is it a magical, like cursed wound, or is this just like a regular wound?
Yeah,
What
you
kind of wound? What
see remnants of that dark fire lingering, getting smaller and smaller and smaller and fading, but like remnants of that thing's attack still linger on this burnt scar on Pup's arm.
Okay, well that's not good. I'm going to monitor that. Can someone start taking care of this though? In the meantime, doesn't look good.
I got it.
No. Oh.
If I've got my med kit, I'll start. I mean, I'll probably start fixing myself, and then.
Yeah. So yeah,
Natural remedy.
you use your medical kit to heal yourself, stabilize your many wounds, your mostly burnt body.
Very badly burned.
Yeah. Well, you don't look so good. Maybe we should try and rest. I'm glad you took care of that thing. Well, I don't want to see it once, but it might be easier on this island without it, eh?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
You sure
thanks for
it's
that,
gone?
Dresden.
What did you
looks
do
like
to
it's
kill
gone.
it, Dresden? You pulled out its heart or what?
I don't know. It had like a, with quotes, core, to it, and I was, I don't know. I've always just wanted to jump inside something and, hopefully come out together. And no, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
You really went for it.
Yeah. No, but it had
With-
something in it, and I just, pulled
Something
it
in
out by
it?
the root, and it seemed to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Bartholomew goes and puts his weapons away, one in a long sheath and the other in this little pouch, holster of sorts, and pulls out a notebook and just starts drilling you as you're trying to put on bandages, asking all kinds of questions about this thing.
Still doing phrasing.
Yeah. And as Bart gets super invasive, I'm also gonna get invasive too, and just like with super bright glowing eyes, like just like go super close to the core and just kind of scan it and see if it's magical too.
Yeah, and the core
think
had
it-
turned to ash and had kind
Yeah,
of
like-
drifted off into the wind. Most of its body, you don't see any remnants of magic coming from this
Oh,
ash.
the core turned into dust too?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
think I
whole
squeezed
entire
it too
Oh,
hard.
beast.
Okay.
Use my massive man arms.
When it was
Sorry.
blowing off, was it still hot, like with fire embers, or was it just ash? That
once it kind of turned into ash, the heat stopped almost immediately. The only thing that was hot was just Dresden's armor was still basically almost glowingly hot.
Feel good. Is it?
And,
Is it no longer? Am I no longer red hot? Please.
Yeah, no, it subsided pretty quickly.
Just checking.
Yeah, it's still uncomfortable, but
Hey, Bart,
Yeah,
not
those
to
are great.
interrupt your questioning, but what's that thing you have with the metal? The thing
oh,
you're
this
holding?
thing, he pulls it out and funny, this might be one of those strange sets of circumstances. You gave me this first time we met. It's
Well, that's odd, because I don't even know what it is.
What's it do?
well, it's a device. You see here, it's a dwarven made device, and it's got the spirit of a fire elemental in it, and he shows you, and there's a set of dwarven words on it, runes almost, magic runes. Oh, you see here, and you pull this little thing back here, and you put a little piece of iron in the front here, and he drops it, and he holds it out and hits it, and you hear this almost a low voice. It's hard to tell if it's the crackling of a campfire or if it's a voice, but this small pellet just goes out and smashes against the tree with a loud boom.
How did I get that?
Well, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. It's very strange.
Can he have it back?
Yes, you have to get it back to him so he can give it to you in the future. It all makes sense. Scanning.
Well, that could be right.
Maybe.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
should we tell you when we find you in our future now?
Well, I see you. You're always looking for those answers. I told you, I don't want to change the now from then. Lots of
So
good
you're not
memories.
going to believe us.
Well, why don't we just not tell him we knew him? We'll just all be like, oh, okay.
Let's avoid
Also-
that guy.
We could just try to.
Do you all
avoid
see
it,
how
right?
he selectively tells us things about the future? He just told us about this gun, and now he's saying, I can't tell you anything else. Scanning.
gun.
Right.
What was
Yeah,
that
and
thing? Do you
the
know
gun
what
itself.
that thing was?
Those runes kind of light up as magical, Rezik.
This is magical.
Yeah. It looks it.
What was
And
that?
how did you
Trust?
see Trust, by the way, through her disguise?
Oh, well, we've got these glasses, yeah? And they see through illusions and the changes and the like.
Did one of us give you
It's
those
been
too?
great. Well, I got it from a merchant from Morrow when we were traveling through. Helps me, has got me out of a few traps,
What else do you have?
How
delving and
much
such.
you want for them?
These glasses. Yeah, if you
the
could,
time.
if you could fix my eyesight, maybe that would help, huh? I wouldn't need these glasses. Although they've been great, looking for magical traps and such.
I'm like, that couldn't have been cheap, no?
Oh no, they were very expensive. Yeah.
What do you
Well, if
know
you
what that
die,
thing
we'll remember
was?
That thing?
Fire beast thing. That.
Oh,
yeah,
it was a
what
scary
that?
firehead spider monster.
He's not wrong.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's pretty spot on. That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
Pup,
Well-
how does Pup's wound look? Pup, how do you look? Do you
It
are you
looks
are
like
you
a
all
normal
fucked
wound.
up? Yeah, but like in terms of like 100% Pup to totally fucked.
Physically or mentally?
Physically, I can't work on your brain.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, because I've got my
I'm
healers
fine.
kit
Right.
out,
I
so
don't think I took any damage. It did it, but no damage was specified. It just.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything
Because I've got
piercing.
my healers
You know,
kit. is the only
it
thing
was
I'm like,
incredibly painful, but it wasn't like, deep enough. It was almost specifically as shallow as possible to create the most amount of pain as possible.
Discomfort.
it was delicate in a weird way, in a really unnerving way, like a surgeon almost.
Like an X.
Yeah,
What?
I don't think it hurts that bad. He was pretty gentle about it. It was really weird. It was always like he was specifically doing it in the less deepest way possible, like a surgeon.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So he was like sitting there just carving into her skin? That's horrible.
Standing one, but you know.
God.
But you know what's even more horribler? I
What?
couldn't
What?
move.
Mm.
You couldn't
He had me
move?
stuck. I couldn't move. It was like everything that was taken away. I was frozen. And I've never experienced being frozen like that before. And that was the worst things that I've ever experienced in my whole entire life.
I haven't seen you not move before.
I've never not moved. And I couldn't move. And I did not like it.
Did you feel your body?
No. I
You
couldn't
just
feel
didn't
anything.
feel anything.
I felt the owie. But I was frozen. I couldn't do anything about it.
Oh my
let's
gosh.
just hope these nightmare creatures don't reproduce or have a significant other.
Well, I've only seen just the one, that one time. So
Have you ever
I'm
seen him-
hoping.
Have you ever been this far into the forest? Does it
Oh,
normally
yeah.
travel?
I've been all the way to the north. I've been to the west end. I've pretty much traversed this whole island. I just stay to the south because it's less dangerous.
Hmm.
You know?
Makes sense.
Hanging out with the wildlings.
Don't you want to go home?
Well, yeah. But, you know, trolleys all around the confluence doing weird stuff over there.
Well, we've got to go over there, so you might as well come with us, and then you can maybe get out of here.
Well, you know, I wasn't going to ask. But if you're offering, can't say no to
Yeah.
that, eh?
Especially with them foggy glasses.
The
Those
foggy
might be
glasses?
useful.
Yeah, they're very useful.
Glasses.
Help me
Yeah.
see. Yeah?
I
Hey,
know.
very poor eyesight.
Yeah, she's just trying to get you killed so she can take them. Don't.
Trust, I get it now. Nice one.
By the
Hey,
way,
I'm,
good job, Eva.
I'm never gonna die, huh? Haha.
Oh yeah.
And then
Good job,
you
Eva.
say
Give
you
Eva
say
a high
that,
five.
and he flips around, and it's almost like he's searching for a second, and then he lays eyes on Eva. Oi, Eva. Hello.
Yep.
And she's kind of cocks her head. Razzie, who's this?
Oh, this is supposedly your ex-boyfriend in the future. I guess you found a flaw in him you didn't like.
Boyfriend.
Trauma?
Ew. I don't like boys. That's gross.
Very
Yeah.
good.
They're very gross.
He kind of, yeah. Well, you're very tiny,
Yeah.
Eva. That's very nice.
Remember this face. Remember this
You're
face so
very-
you can, at some point, get rid of this face.
Very tiny. And Eva's looking at him per se, but she just has a weird look on her face, like an expression. It's like something she doesn't understand. She's just looking like a puzzle that she doesn't get, or a joke that she's not in on.
There with you.
Well, should we
head
call
back
it a
to
night?
camp?
Eh?
Yeah.
Dresden, you look like you could use some some of this. And he pulls out a small flask.
Just grab it.
I'm gonna drink mine too and hand it around.
All right,
Anyone
Cornelia,
wants
Get out my
your
money.
your
Uh.
your drink that was very, very lightly alcoholic. It was almost juice. You start to taste a little bit more fermentation. It seems to be getting less sweet the more you drink it. The more time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
More proper wine, and it's nice. It's got a very subtle, nice flavor. Still on the sweeter side. But what's ever happening in this jug is starting to become something
Get weird.
more
I like
you're
that.
more accustomed to. Yeah. And
That's
again,
so
it has
weird.
that silver flask with a unicorn on it. Rezik, you would actually see it as lighting up. with your,
Scanning, scanning.
magic. Yeah.
It's magic too.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, no, like we knew that.
You got it,
I
buddy.
go to Dresden. Not magic.
just an asshole. Hey, use those peepers though. Everyone on the way back, look for some of those tater tots on the ground because I only got like 8, and I don't even know where they are now. So
Yeah. So you guys,
Still need dinner.
managed to gather enough food together.
like,
Can I also
Especially
look for some of those
Yeah.
little silk ball things in the tree? Are there any in these trees?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there was any. It was just in that clearing near where the wildlings were. It seems to be
Okay.
like these very unique flowers too that you haven't seen again
No.
since you left.
Did we name the last episode where the wildlings are?
Yeah, because I got that.
Yeah.
Because if
That
we
was a good
didn't,
catch.
that needs
We
to
should.
get fixed.
I'll eat you up. I love you so.
We'll use it enough in this episode where it'll happen.
Okay. yeah. So you guys go back to camp. You guys pack up, or pack down, settle down. That's what I meant to
Pack
say.
around.
Quick question.
Pack up to get down.
Yeah. What's up?
Quick question. As the 10 minutes are like kind of end for the detect magic, does the magic still kind of like, is it still kind of settling on Pup's skin, or is it like
Yeah.
Gone
You look
away now.
again, and it looks like it's mostly gone.
okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
and Pup, this wound, it doesn't hurt that bad, but it's lingering. It's like
Is it annoying?
it's like that guy grabbed you, and the beast had you like in a mental stasis, and there was nothing you couldn't fight back. It was that helplessness, that helpless feeling as it was cutting your arm. That's kind of lingering with you.
Okay.
This is annoying.
You don't like it.
And you all
It's
sit around
lingering.
what looks like a small fire. Bartholomew makes a little fire, looks at you all. Oi, Dresden, you might want to not get too close. But I think if anything was going to attack us by now, it probably would have. But, we're probably safe for a little fire.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree.
I was going to say no fire, because I didn't want the scary firehead spider monster to find us, but now there's no firehead scary spider monster, so, probably safe.
What, you knew about that thing? You didn't warn us about it?
Oh, I warned you. I told you about it.
Yeah, he mentioned it. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, he undersold it, perhaps. It's a
bit.
little bit larger than we had expected.
Yeah.
Speaking of scary fire monsters and the fact that they protected some houses, how far away are those houses?
Yeah, about another half day's march up north.
Okay. Half day. That's not too bad.
Yeah, no. When you got a guide like me, you'll be
Yeah,
all
I
right.
had this right here. That worked out great. Look at Dresden.
Yeah,
He's a marshmallow.
well, I usually stay in the south end of the island for that reason. All kinds of weird stuff like that happened. I got attacked by a small snake, but it had 3 teeth, and it was all round. It was strange. It was like a sucker snake monster. It jumped out of the ground and tried to grab me. And I was like, nope. Down with you. Bang.
So
Oh, really?
I'm glad you didn't tell us about those before.
Well, I haven't seen those
Should we
in
not
years.
be sleeping on the ground here?
No. That was years ago. Yeah, the weird thing is the things that come out of the confluence, yeah, they're strange. Usually, come out once. It's either a bunch of them or a singular one, and they never come out again.
Anything good ever come out of there? You know,
I came out of there.
piles of well,
Fair.
I don't know if you're good or not.
Well, I mean,
But you're
he's
here.
allowed to, yeah.
course
I
I'm
must
good.
have thought you were good in the now or the then or whatever, because I gave you that cool thing on your on your hip, that gun looking thing, whatever that is. It's pretty
I
cool.
call it my fire stock after me own self, my thunder stock.
Mm.
This is my fire stock.
That's I don't know if I like that name. I don't think I would have called it that. It doesn't sound like
Well,
I would
you
call
called it
probably a
something
gun.
different. You can call it
Maybe a
whatever you want.
boomstick.
But we all know.
Boomstick.
We
That's
all
the
know
right answer.
It's a fire stock.
Yeah, it's a boomstick. Okay, got it.
Boomstick. Who likes 2
Hey, Bart.
vowels in a row? Just weird. Who don't like it?
Bart,
Yeah.
You ever seen a drop bear come on the island?
Drop bear.
Yeah, it's like looks real friendly, but it'd be up in the branches and then just drop
You're all-
on your head and just
Yeah,
gnaw
yeah,
through your
yeah.
skull straight
You're
into
all
your
making
brain.
fun of me, huh? You're making fun of me again, just like old times. I get it. All right, everyone, let's turn in. Let's turn in. Half
the old
day's march,
times that are new times,
and we get
but
to the
old
temple.
that are new.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyone keeping watch?
And by the way, once we
Yeah.
get to the temple, I haven't gone into it, so we better take it very slow. No telling what kind of dangers are in there. Yeah.
Nobody said anything about going in, Chief. We were just taking a look.
Well, once you see these ruins, you're not going to be able to hold yourself back. I know you. Pup,
As I dab
Pup.
like aloe on my burned
Imagine
body.
the most amazing structure built thousands of years ago. Vines, things to climb on and go around. Floating
I'm
plates.
wagging them on!
Where
And I want to like
the
slap my
trees?
hand over his mouth.
Yeah. Oh,
Just, like, tackle him.
all right.
Hey, Thurgan, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine. Although, Dresden, I'm so sorry. I feel I am partly responsible for dragging you over here. So, I'm glad you're mostly safe. But I apologize for the wounds you sustained.
Hey, no, don't worry about it. I'm sure I'll probably look real cool in like 10 years.
Well, when we get back to Adgarad, I promise to compensate you all accordingly. This is much grander than I think we all signed up for.
You can say that again.
It's much grander than I think we all signed up for.
Exactly.
Yes. And he kind of takes a reflective gaze into his eyes as he stops, and you see him kind of fighting something internally, struggling with probably this island, the whole thing, making it to the Adgarad temple that Bart was describing. Yeah, you guys kind of settle in for the night. Fitz, who had been dragging Tharget around, exhausted, is just asleep, flat on his back, arms sprawled, legs as well. Are you guys keeping watch at all?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
take first watch with someone.
I'll join her.
Yeah, I'll set my alarm spell, by the way, too.
Okay.
Okay. Rezix sets a magical barrier. Cornelia, you and Trust stay up. The rest of you kind of doze off. Both of you guys roll a perception check.
I would also like to try and protect my own belongings from Cornelia at the same time while we're on watch together.
We're friends.
All right. Yeah. And Trust has been around for a long time. And
I
she
grew
didn't,
up on the streets.
Yeah, she didn't.
Ish.
She didn't get to where she is now by letting people take advantage of her.
I rolled a 16 on my sleight of hand. I'm kidding. No, on perception.
I have a 13 for perception.
A 13. Okay, yeah, you guys are up. It's quiet. The air is moving all about. And Cornelia, you feel the air every once in a while in this place coming your hair into your face. Just ever so slightly, here or there, almost like a hand asking you to come out and play.
I just smile every time it does it.
Okay.
'Cause it's
Yeah.
making me happy.
And Trust, you feel like, well, there's quite a wind in this place. You've never been in many forests before, and it's quiet for the most part. A breeze flowing by. And is there anything you guys want to do and watch?
Oh,
I keep practicing my juggling.
Yeah, sure.
And I was wanting to see if I can just examine the vials that I got too. Those 3 brown liquid-looking.
From Omara Vasquez's place?
No, from the crate, from the last crate that we opened up and on the land bridge. There were like 3 vials that had brown liquid in them.
Oh, yes. These 3 hefty-looking vials with big cork stoppers on them. Sure. You want to pop one of the corks? So you pop a cork, and instantly your nose is slightly burned with the smell of strong liquor. This stuff is hefty, but it's got a light, almost sweet smell to it. Maybe a molasses kind of thing with the hints of vanilla.
How big are they? Are they like liquor bottles or small, like potion?
They're about the same size as a liquor bottle.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Small on the smaller side, but
Can I also maybe like practice like just blowing air out of my mouth to see how far it goes? If it goes unnaturally far, I'm just playing with the wind a little.
Yeah, so you can tease the wind. So you blow out, and as you blow out, every once in a while, almost like it's in a call and response, a wind will come back and blow back at you.
All right.
And it never seems to tire of this. The more you do it, the more it does it. And trust, you see out of the corner of your eyes, as you're juggling, Cornelia just blowing out the wind, and then a
Can
breeze
I blow one
coming
of
back.
her? Can I blow one of her balls?
Blow on my balls, Cornelia.
Yeah, so Cornelia, in your mind's eye, you have Mage Hand, which you kind of can control. If you wanted to, you could try and use
With
that
Mage Hand,
to interact.
okay.
Yeah, with wind.
I was just
or
wondering if
whatever.
I could like. All right, that's fine. I don't want to use my mage hand, so.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't seem like you can
Let's
really
just test him.
command the wind, but it was worth a try.
See if it knew what I was wanting to do, even or something. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Do
so you
I
guys
just roll the d20 for the juggling?
Sure. Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to remember how that works. It's like
Yeah.
once you hit 100, then you've
Well,
got
you had
another
learned. You had
skill
learned
point.
you had practiced on the things. You have the rudimentary juggling down.
Yeah.
If you wanted to try and improve upon that, it would be a longer process, but you could certainly start now.
Yeah.
Okay, roll a d20
Yeah, I got an 18.
and add your performance.
Oh. That would be 18 plus 7, 25? Is that 25?
Okay, yeah. You start to recall. It's mostly recalling master jugglers you've seen, people who've done just crazy things, and it's a lot of it's like sitting down, remembering the things they've done, how their hands moved, the motions, the flow of it. You start to try, and it's very, very, very difficult. You have just the basics of juggling down, and like the one-handed juggle or moving up and down, and the amount of counterplay between your left and right hand is very difficult, but not impossible. You start to plan out your roadmap towards being able to do some of these fanciful things. And the both of you guys sit around for what seems like certainly a giant chunk of the night, and you start to get real tired and sleepy.
Well, are we not waking anyone else up? Are we?
As you're winding down, I spring up. Oh, I have an idea. And I start starting to work on something, just frantically like.
Oi! What are you doing? What do you think you're doing?
I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh, good night. Sorry. Good night.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I had a random idea doing a dream, and I wanted to just get it down on paper immediately.
All right. Well, I have a random idea. Watch out for things in the night, and I go and I wake Hellwise, and I'm like, help him.
Oh, okay. Well,
help who? What?
That one.
That what? Why do you need help?
Oh, just watch out for monsters while I also look out for monsters.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, the two of you
I'll get on that.
Roll a perception check. Rezik with disadvantage since you're kind of working on your stuff.
Oh wait, hold on. Do we have anything to that? No. Yeah. Perception. Yeah. Jeez. Have I ever played this before? Same thing.
I don't know. Have you?
Yeah. Great question. Right. Man,
did you get Rezik?
16. Apologies.
16, Kowais?
I got a 5.
A 5. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rezik's basically scribbling away. Kowais, you look out and again it's windy. Nothing really moving other than the leaves and the rustling trees. You do see above you in the moonlight a little bit of something, those things you saw floating above your heads in the air. You see a few of those. Kind of.
The ones we're supposed to stay under the canopy to avoid?
Yeah. They're just floating above the trees. You see them. They're large as they float around slowly.
Okay.
They don't seem to be like any closer or in any way in trying to engage you. They just float there. Yeah, and Rezik, you have a pretty undisturbed time.
Yeah, as Kelwise is looking at up in the sky at what I would term like Dementors, pretty much. I'm gonna basically be like putting my hand next to Pup's hand while they're asleep, and I'm kind of like trying to mimic the way that their fur looks and like the way that it moves, and try to like kind of I'm making a new spell and basically kind of drawing it on my hand, and it's magically kind of appearing as I'm drawing it. I'm basically trying to like get that down, like being able to create different looks on my own person, basically.
Okay. Yeah, and you do that, and evening comes. The day starts to, the night starts to give way to that early morning. Pup, the night maybe just a little colder than you're used to. It might be the wind. And meanwhile, Dresden, as you sleep, images of a smiling face and a crown haunt your dreams, haunt your sleep, ever present right there in the back of your head. An accumulation of like an intrusive thought, just lingering. And then the sun comes up and you guys kind of wake up. You hear birds and insects, and life has kind of returned to the area now that that battle you guys had yesterday, at least to the wildlife, is ancient history.
And by the way, Pup, you wake up and you look over and you see yourself just sitting next to you and like drawing on their body.
I'm not used to this.
Oh, hi, I'm Pup.
This is definitely supposed to be the other way around.
He was doing this all night.
And then I turn into Dresden. Hey, how's it going, Pup? I had a pretty rough night.
You are so bad at doing their voices.
I know, but I'm getting there. I think, trying.
I was just kidding. That was pretty good. You want to practice?
Thanks. Yeah. Well, I wanted to surprise you. I have a new spell where I can kind of do what you do a little bit and transform into other people. So that's fun.
You can do what I do?
But like on a limited scale compared to how awesome you're able to do it, obviously. But you know.
You want to see who can do it the fastest?
Okay.
You ready?
I'll probably win though, but yeah. Okay.
And then I just like as quick as I can to each one of our like party.
Yeah, and Pup, it's like as simple as breathing to you. And Rezik, you kind of have to draw it out in your mind first. Pup goes through all the colors of the rainbow by the time you hit red. It's kind of like that. all the way around, and you guys just see this. It's like furry, tough like scales, like a fish. Boom, back to being furry, super strong, super old. Pup just flying through all kinds of different sizes.
That's gotta hurt.
It's very impressive.
Never stops being impressive.
Let's go back to Pup. And then I like finger gun to Cutwise in halfling.
Haha, you know it.
You know it back.
Yeah, and we all know you know it back is the traditional like
Response.
sign of respect.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the respect response, because there's a disrespect response, and that's the respect response. At least the way he said it.
Yeah.
As
Finger guns
those
were
who
important.
those who know,
Nonverbal
those who
communication.
know halfling know that the finger gun is a quite significant part of the communicative ways of the halflings. Bart kind of loads up his stuff, gets his stuff in his backpack. All right, well, when yours is ready, we can go head north. Get to this temple, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I turn into Bart. Yeah, right. So, whenever you're ready, we should go to the temple, huh?
Right, Rezik.
Right.
What's going on here?
Oh,
Isn't it,
just having a little bit of fun, huh?
Dealing with you and Pop both doing this. Great. This is wonderful. I love this. I don't hate it at all. Nope. This is great.
It's gonna be a fun day.
So glad you're both here. All right. Eva's a child. I have 2 pups, and don't know where I am. Great. Moving on. Let's go. Thought this was behind me.
I'm just glad they're not turning into me.
Trekking up north, Thargan, helped by Fitz, seems to be moving steadily, keeping pace. Fitz, by this time, his legs, he's getting a good leg workout as he drags Thargan.
But we made that
Dresden. Yeah, he's got
that.
well, he's got the little sled. That's which is really the only way he could really keep this up. Yeah, and over all these big trees and roots, he definitely needs your help. Dresden, feeling a little bit better, still skin hot to the touch, sensitive, very, very sensitive.
And what's Thargan doing? Oh,
No,
like the
he's
whole
on
time.
ass. Did the heat do anything to my armor?
Your armor seems fine.
Okay.
For the most part.
Does it look cooler?
The padding on the inside could be replaced, for sure.
Damn.
Someday.
That's not cool. Okay. I'll stop asking.
Yeah. No, the designs themselves, it wasn't so hot that it would have melted or changed the metal. None of that design work. The design work was all inlaid in metal, so it wasn't any like paint or anything that could have been chipped. So not really. No significant damage to the armor.
Wait. I was mainly checking to see if it does. You know, like when you heat titanium and it gets like that rainbow sheen to it.
Oh yeah, like the chromatic look. Yeah. There's a little hint of that, like across the breastplate. It's hard. It was hard to tell at first because there was not a lot of direct light coming through. But now that there is a little bit of that rainbow chromatic
enough to last a month or
tinge
so.
to it. Yeah.
Cool.
You guys head for about 4 hours, which seems like just endless trudging up over a route, down over a route, up over a route, back into a ravine. The whole time, Bart still just taking notes on things everywhere. At least for the very beginnings of the journey, Rezik transforming at will, which is unnerving to some. You guys managed to come to an area. You start to see coming up, the trees start to thin out in the distance. And Bart kind of looks at you all. Oh yeah, well we're pretty close. So again, be on alert. Yeah. Make sure that you got all your stuff ready, weapons ready to defend me or anyone in the party, because we're all part of a group. You know, one for all. And just keep on your toes, yeah? I haven't really gone into this place, just laid eyes on it, as it's a marvel, really, to behold. I'm sure you're going to find it incredible, but be careful, right?
I'm going to start sneaking, personally.
Okay, yeah, and Cornelia...
Do you want to be sneaky for everyone?
Well,
yeah.
That's a good idea.
I don't know, maybe when we get closer, yeah?
Yeah. Let me know when, and then I can help us be really sneaky.
All right,
Great.
that sounds
It's
good.
fun.
Yeah, so, all right, and you guys kind of, you move as a group slowly, and you come across the brush, and what's in front of you is, it's almost like a cliff face that drops 50 feet, and there's this huge pit with these massive stone pillars jutting up out of the ground, and there's a temple, an old dilapidated temple on these huge platforms just kind of floating 50 feet above this pit on these huge pillar structures. There we go. If you look at the map, you guys come out and out of this brush, and you see this. It's like this cliff edge that just kind of stops. But as you really look out, you see that there's this walkways suspended over this dark area, and you really look, and you see that there's like these platforms with these giant colored stones all over, vines wriggled into this beautifully crafted stone at one point that has just been withered away. This huge deep pit over it, and at the very back, this huge temple just kind of floating on what looks like one impossibly strong pillar in the back. And you guys are all kind of right around there. You guys kind of all walk
kind of like that Temple Run game.
Yeah, very
So that
similar.
uses a hidden temple?
Yeah, and
Do we see any trees that stand out?
as far as the trees go, there's a few hanging off the edges, but none of the trees really reach up this high. It doesn't seem like a lot of light gets in down here, so you look down into the pit, and the trees, not very tall, not like the trees in the vicinity that are huge and massive.
Well, I see some obvious problems for our traversal of this in front of us. Looks like there's some big gaps.
Yeah.
Can I climb a tree?
Great.
Sure.
Good. I'm just gonna like very instinctively run up to a tree and just climb it.
Pup,
Okay, yeah, you shimmy up a tree.
Pup, while you're up there, could you cut down a few branches, maybe? Like some strong ones?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And I do that.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
I
have a sort of a teleportation, like a mini teleportation spell. I don't have very many uses of it, but that will be helpful.
Yeah.
Tell us what it does.
Sounds terrifying. Actually.
I can basically disappear. Well, like on the boat, I disappeared and then I reappeared somewhere else about 30 feet away. But it's pretty tough to do a lot of in one day. So
You mean when
pretty
your
high
ass
level.
fell off the boat and just got carried to the back by the water?
Yes. When I fell off the boat intentionally, and then when I got near the water, teleported back onto the boat like a boss. Yes, that spell. That spell.
Is that the story we're telling? Okay, cool.
Okay.
I haven't learned how to just sprout my half succubus wings out of my back, have I?
Well, you remember that
That would be dope.
that energy that you pulled upon to do that was that soul you had sucked from the man in the tent who was making a pass at you, the very drunk man. So you had sucked his energy out, and you had kind of used that to transform temporarily.
Sure. Are there any men around that aren't in our party?
Dresden, get drunk, quick!
Yeah, I can be thrown across probably.
That's true. I
Yeah.
could probably also be thrown.
Be thrown at the same time.
I start like menacingly creeping towards Dresden just to freak him out.
Yeah.
Hey, don't. All joking aside, though, guys, Thargan's gonna be our biggest problem, right? Not problem, but right.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
that's what
here.
I was thinking.
Didn't
bud.
expect anything like this to be here.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, why did I say Rezik
Full
used a teleport thing on him, and
don't
us
think he's that
tinies can get thrown.
No, Dresden's correct. I'm not that cool. I can't do that, unfortunately.
Does the brace thing that Dresden made, does that look long enough to fill some of the gaps to use that to walk across?
Well, it's more of
Things
just
are-
like
We've got a lot of rope.
sled. The distance between the gaps, it's hard to tell. I mean, you'd have to
Thought I
kind of
made,
walk
like, a
up.
pretty sweet fucking palanquin. No. Okay.
Yeah,
Holding
no,
a Goliath.
It's
you know.
it's nice, but it's not. You didn't build a bridge like a land bridge. So
No, I know.
Damn
What if
it.
we Okay, wait. So wait. Well, one. Are we going in here now? I thought this was just we're taking a look at it. Thargan, is this where you need to be?
it does seem like I need to be in that temple.
Great. Okay, so Riz,
Oh,
you can
I can
go
make you
across.
lodge.
No.
I can make you lodge, and we can just like
I
you
don't
can
wanna
like
do that.
go over like this, and we can also walk
Oh.
across you like a bridge.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That sounds excellent.
That's fun.
Okay.
Make
now,
him
no.
big.
Pa-
Make him
okay,
big.
Pause. No.
How about
Wait, are you
this?
saying
How
that
about
I'm knocking
this?
down these branches for nothing?
A small group of us very
Fun.
strong, dashing folk. We'll go raging across to see if it's safe. Throwing our swords like an adventurous bunch, huh?
Someone bop him.
I throw a branch.
We need to speak. I have to say, Fit, I am actually very proud of you. Despite myself.
Well, of course. Why
But
wouldn't you be?
You have to learn that heroes don't just jump into anything. They kind of think about it before they do it. They
Are
don't
you
just,
saying
like,
I
fight
didn't
giant
think
monsters
about
by
it?
themselves?
Of course. I wasn't fighting it because I wanted to, Rezik. I was fighting it because I wanted to save Pop.
You got to pick your battles.
Oh,
And
okay.
not
And
that
watch
one.
your friends die. You saying I shouldn't have run in there?
No. I was talking about the war we ran through, and you started fighting the biggest thing you could find immediately. A giant monster who spat out ice. Maybe don't taunt that thing, possibly.
Oh, so you should just let it attack someone else in your party instead.
We'll have a talk. All right.
Sometimes-
Sorry.
Sometimes- Riz, though, what if we, you do your fancy fall off a boat across the bridge, right? We throw you a rope, you secure it, couple of them, right? And then if we set up two lines, we can then haul Thargan's sled across that, no? We can drive some pitons into the far side, near side, basically make a two-stranded rope bridge.
Genius
So
plan. I do have to ask, though, before we do any of this.
He's buttering
Thargan,
me
do you
up.
have to be there, or can we just, like, go check it out and come back and be like, it's fine, or whatever?
Yeah,
We can't leave him alone.
I do
No
need
offense.
to touch the tree itself.
Okay.
It calls to me.
Just making sure.
I don't know for sure, but it does call
Ah.
to me. I feel like I should be here.
Ye-
I've come this
Can you
far.
feel that it's in there?
To be honest,
James,
no.
can you
What?
show I can't see the gap on the map.
Yeah, you guys
Is
are
it
kind of.
possible for you?
You guys are pretty far away from the gap.
Right next to the Banana Republic.
So if you guys wanted to go over toward there and like investigate it, you could, but you'd have to go.
Well, maybe.
God damn it.
It's like the same store, man.
Just for wealthy people.
Fitz was on to something about speed, though, because there's not a lot of cover once we get out from under the canopy. And if you look up, those brain-eating things, they're still up
Right
there.
here?
Yeah.
Oh wait, they've
They've been
here. I
following
didn't
us. Saw them last night. I know they're up there.
And you didn't,
Yeah,
and
you
now
guys
now you
don't see
didn't
any
follow
of
us this whole
them above you currently, but Kelwise, you had seen them floating very slowly across the sky, almost like a cloud. So who's to say that they wouldn't eventually float over?
Okay, so we have a determination to make. Do we go over at one, or as one, or do we have some of our agile, sneaky friends go over and at least check it out?
I have absolutely nothing useful to help us with this particular problem.
What if
can
you
make
play
us all
some jaunty
sneaky.
Song?
I can like try to help her make us sneaky.
Okay, I mean that can be part of it. It still doesn't answer my question. I asked a question, right?
Yeah,
You
what did
said-
you say?
Well, you said, should we all go or some of us go? What I'm saying is that I can make us all sneaky so we can all go. So that we don't have to send
There
our
might
sneaky
be-
friends over because we'll all be the sneaky friends.
Well, last time we split up, Dresden, you got burned to a crisp, and Pup, you got grabbed by some mind fire. It's a psychic fire, scary monster head.
Yeah, and you were fine.
I
You
vote
weren't dead.
we stick together, because
Alright.
next time that thing comes out, if it's me on the other side of that, I probably wouldn't fare as well as Dresden did. No offense, Dresden, but you're much stronger and tougher and better at fighting than I am.
Why would I take offense to that?
Of course.
Do you smell toast?
You do have a bad time with compliments. I will say that. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not trying to defend this man, but you do have a lot of time with compliments.
He's growing on you. Okay. See?
Nope.
See how this
Nope.
works? And that's how a true leader leads. Anyway, what are we doing?
Yeah, Cornelia,
wait,
tiny toes.
Can I do something?
I was gonna say we make a couple quick ladder bridges, and at the
Well,
very
let's
least we'll
let's
have.
go check it out.
Like
Yeah.
Carnival game?
Let's go slowly
Yeah.
across the platform,
We'll
and
all
we'll
die.
just check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's
All
start.
Do
right.
we need any more branches?
Who's taking point? How many have you gotten?
So many?
Yeah. This whole time you've just seen
I've
branches.
been chucking down
Yeah.
branches this entire time.
This tree
How
is
big are
like bare from like a good high vantage point.
You never told me to stop.
It's true.
Yeah, it's every once in a while, maybe every 30 seconds, a loud, resounding crack as a branch breaks off and then goes flying down.
Good job, Pup. Keep it up.
All right. Yeah. Clear.
There is
while
a
we're
plethora
talking-
of
Who's gonna
branches
catch
at the
me?
ground.
Me.
No, I just stand
And I
over.
leap for
I stand
Cornelia.
over Cornelia.
Come here, Bob.
I'm gonna try and
Leap
catch
for
her before she
Cornelia,
can-
absolutely, from the top of this.
before
tree.
Okay,
Cornelia gets
roll a athletics check, Cornelia, and
I
Dresden.
got you.
unless
Natural
Cornelia,
20.
unless you'd rather roll a dexterity. save.
24.
Okay,
I do that like
yeah.
like the lower like and it's
You
and it was
you
all
catch
Was
catch
that
it, and then you like slowly let it down onto Cornelia's upraised palms,
Yeah.
and Cornelia, you successfully catch them.
Cornelia's just standing
Cornelia, that was amazing. You're so strong.
I've been working out.
I can tell. Oh, whoa. Let me see the triceps.
I grab the arm.
Yes, that is where the triceps are.
She doesn't work out.
All right, well, shall we go, huh? And
Yeah.
he starts to, I'll take point. Good eyes. Got these glasses. Help me see if anything's a trap or trick, you know. So, could be helpful. Just, Dresden, Kelwise, make sure if get into a spot of trouble. You know. I've got an idea. Here, Dresden, tie a rope to me, put it around my waist. If I go tumbling down, you just yank me back up, yeah?
Why are you so insistent you're going to be harmed during this trip?
Oh,
This
no,
is the
look,
second time you
look,
mentioned
no,
it.
We've been through a lot together.
I tie a
Stuff
rope.
happens. I've never been around here before. All right, I don't know what's gonna happen. That half of those walkways have fallen down already. So what if another one falls down? Huh?
Are you prone to falling off of walkways?
If
Do you
they
have,
crumble,
like,
if
vertigo,
they
or-
crumble beneath your feet because they're thousands of years old. All those pillars give out.
Okay.
All right, look.
Yeah.
You're tied up.
All right, let's go.
Watch this.
Let's go. Let's go.
I hammer a
very
piton into like the like safest spot in the stone, and I feed the rope through that. See, look. Now you swing back and hit the wall. Wouldn't that be nice?
All right. Yeah, that's great.
Just won't fall all the way.
And as we're moving, I'm just gonna put my hand just gently on Trust's shoulder and just be like, by the way, I wouldn't say you have nothing to help us out with. You have a fantastic creative mind. I'm sure you can help us out in many ways. Don't think that, all right?
I was just saying I didn't have any spells to help, but thank you. Appreciate
Just saying.
it.
Of course, you're amazing. Just don't put yourself down like that. All right, let's go.
I give him a funny look and walk away.
Yeah, so you guys all trunch over to the what looks like that far walkway.
Is that a thing?
Trunch over.
Trunch over. Trunch
I love
on over.
trunches. Yeah, I love
Trunching
trunching.
through
We
the
talk
snow.
about
Trudge and
my
we
favorite
crunch
verb.
Yeah.
because of the leaves.
To
It's like
crunch.
crump.
You
It's
guys
like
get
crumping.
over to here, and you see there's one. There's these long sets
My
of
God.
vines that seem to have grown across. They're pretty strong and hefty looking on both sides. Easily, someone who is small could get across on those. Anyone not small probably have a trouble. And you guys managed to pull yourself over in this area. I'm just gonna put you all on the bridge.
Are we doing it? Are we going?
And you look around. You see him pulling up the rear, and you see from here. Now that you're on these platforms, you can see these giant colored crystals. They almost look like precious gems cut. Other than the fact that they're just way too large. These things weigh thousands of pounds.
Someone hold Cornelia.
You see one over there. You see
I'm
another
never
a
leaving.
blue one over here, and then way across you can see another green one over here. These huge stones that almost seem to be pulsing and glowing ever so slightly across these walkways. And you also see this. You see two suits of armor that just stand at the ready, holding swords, standing in front of this.
my God.
And you see what's his name? Bart. There you
Bard.
go. What's his name? He looks really deep and he... Oi, Rezik. Looks like there's some sort of barrier or maybe an alarm set around that temple. So just so you know, cross that threshold, they're gonna know we're coming. Probably don't like the look of that armor. And when you look really close, Trust, you see this. You're kind of looking over. You see a little bit of armor on the ground, and you really look because you're a little bit higher. That dips down a bit. You're the first to notice that there's like maybe 10 suits of armor strewn about on the ground. They look like they're in massive disarray, very rusty, and the two that are standing firm, they look rusted as well. It looks like maybe at one time, you, Trust, kind of deduce, maybe at one time there could have been dozens of guards around here, and possibly over time there's only a few left.
That's why
Or any kind of strange magical beings could be here, but that's the logical conclusion that you kind of share with the group.
All right. Watch it. There's lots of suits of armor around here. Don't know if there's anyone still living in any of them, but Rezik, you want to detect magic? Maybe this is gonna come to life and attack us.
Not a bad idea. All right, and I'll just do the same thing I do before. I will say Quella, and I'll put my hand out and kind of scan. My
what's
eyes
the
will go
range
gold.
of detect magic?
Oof, that's a good question.
I think
It
it's
is only
30 feet.
30 feet, so
Yeah.
never mind.
Google. The magic.
I will
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Googagle.
scan.
Do we want to be extra quiet? No.
Yeah, if we're going in, yeah.
Yeah, get her.
Should we do that now?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I focus.
And Pop, you remember you had that conversation with the being with the many eyes, and there's these beings looking at you through the darkness, and there's almost, you notice as the threads of fate are spinning all around, there's just many pockets that cover their vision, and then they come back. It's almost like this rotating amorphous thing, and you can almost touch it while
Can I time it?
maybe they're not looking or something like that. Yeah. Roll a stealth check.
This.
21.
A 21.
Yes.
Yeah, you can pluck the string to cast the spell.
Right?
Right when you think that timing is right.
Mhm.
And you do so, and all of you are wreathed in that silent aura that Pup lets out.
Shadows just like hug.
Ooh.
Shadows just like start to reach up and just on everyone.
Every time it doesn't
guys,
get
hear
any
me
less
out.
weird.
What if, and Thargan specifically, what if Oathwood trees aren't trees? What if we're not actually looking for a tree?
Okay,
What are we
who
looking
gave-
for then?
Who gave him drugs? Cornelia?
Tots and turnips. He ate the tots and turnips.
That is true. Rezik did have his suspicions. Maybe it is the tots and turnips. But no, I was noticing those crystals,
Right.
and I kind of noticed there were 3, and I thought, well, weren't there supposed to be 3 trees? 3 houses?
There are.
I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering.
3 houses. That's for sure.
Well,
And there's 3 gems here, each
So,
for the colors.
mighty coincidence.
Have you ever
So
seen a
then-
tree, Thargan?
Didn't we
You
get
have
one
it?
down
Never,
before us?
never seen an oathwood tree, if that's what
Just
you're asking.
images, like
Yeah,
drawings
just
of them.
Things drawn on, sewn into tapestries and such.
Well, were they trees
there
or
are
were
no
they
hard
like
records.
figurative?
Well, the tapestries depict them as trees,
Okay.
but I don't
Maybe
know.
they didn't know.
Well, as I said, I don't think anyone's been here in hundreds of years. At least not from my family, on my records.
Okay, well, let's say that's right. And also, good head on your shoulders there. Which one's yours?
The red one.
Oh, that's great. Is that the one that's got the
pretty
suits
close.
of armor in front of it?
No,
Oh, even better.
that's the one in the back. The temple
Right, well,
has
I can
only
the
see
guards
about-
in front of it.
1/5 of the map, so.
Yeah.
Maybe
Zoom
uh,
out. That's the red one.
maybe let's try to get to that red gem over there
That's
first.
the-
Maybe that's the answer.
The guards.
It's a giant gap.
How
Over
are
there.
we supposed
We're not going to be able to
get
cross
there?
that. Oh,
Great,
oh,
so there's just
yeah.
a huge gap
Mm.
across that. Great.
Yeah.
Hey,
Therein lies the trouble.
Rezik, buddy.
Yep.
Pal.
Friend.
How far can you make yourself go poof?
30 feet.
What'd you say that gap in front of us is?
It's around.
Looks like it's about 40 feet.
Dang it.
You think I can jump it?
Okay, stop.
Someone throw him 10 feet, and then he can do it once he gets
That's
to
really
10 feet.
smart.
No,
That's
no,
really
I mean-
smart.
no, I mean,
That is the best
We-
worst plan I've ever heard. Yes. Rezik, I'd like to be big, please. All right, no, but here's the thing. What about the gap between the
you're so creative, but that was a terrible idea. Why would you say that? I don't want to be thrown.
Do
because it just might work. The next walkway and the actual red dais, whatever you want to call it. What's the distance between that, roughly? Someone give me an estimation.
20.
Bart, how about you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd say 25 feet. Give
Well,
or
there we
take.
go. All right, how about this? I don't want to tangle with those suits of armor. I don't think any of you want to either. Also, though, if we do, two things. First, knock them off the bridge. Second, don't yourself get knocked off the bridge. Don't worry about beating them up. Don't worry about crushing them. Just get them off the damn bridge, okay? And also, don't fall off the bridge. Here's the thing, 25 feet. We make it over this little 90-degree, right? We get adjacent to that red thing. Rez, you pop on over, right? We toss you a rope. Maybe you wrap it around that big stone, if it's stable. And then we make our jolly way across and make Jaymes angry.
Perfect. Great plan.
All right, sounds good.
I mean, with this first thing, might kill us, but let's make our way through that first, eh?
Yeah, well, we can throw those tree branches over it if we want.
So as you guys start to plan and deliberate on how to circumvent this space and circumnavigate this space,
No, it's
Circumvent the
circumvent.
we are gonna go on a break. We're gonna. Hey everybody, we're back from our break.
I have yet to receive a sticker, a coaster, or even a Jaymes note.
I gave you a
Nice.
set of all of
My
those
parents
things.
even have one, but I don't.
This just got so
Wow.
awkward. I'm gonna.
Wow.
Really value the talent,
Gotta go.
Yeah, leave your chair behind, Daye. They're really fun. What's your chair's name called again?
Charity. As I say,
Charity. I love Charity so much.
Charity. Well, that's not her voice. That's like.
Charity.
Oh, hello. This is Charity.
Charity's like an old 90s
Charity.
manager
Smoking.
for agents who's been
Charity.
smoking for like
I
most
used
of it.
to be such a fine chair.
I did.
You-
It's
Only
kinda how
the
she talks.
finest rump
Can't
would
even-
rest on my
It's been
head.
so long since I did those videos. I don't even remember what she sounds like. Something like that.
Oh, that's great.
She
I
does a
love
lot of
this.
sit-down comedy.
I love it.
Yeah, she's
Sorry,
nice
sorry.
support system.
Sorry.
She really has your back.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the one.
Sorry, James. Go ahead.
So
Go
we're
ahead.
trying to build a bridge.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right, Kate. The bridge stands before you. This the vines here, thick enough to crawl over if you were maybe small or something. Would maybe hold if you were large. If you wanted to put like some pitons into the stone and wrap it around for extra strength, you could do that as well.
All right, well, one of you smaller people, take a piton, end of the rope, head over. Oh, he has a question. You can
By
just
the
talk.
way, this would use one of my abilities for the day, but I could also make Thoggen smaller if it helps. Pretty large guy, so just
All right,
FYI.
we'll get that bridge. We'll get to that bridge once we build it.
Tight.
I'll head across.
All right, here's a rope, here's a piton, here's a hammer. You know how this works? Yeah, pretty
Hammer.
much. You got it.
grab. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be fine.
Golden.
I've done
That'd
this.
be great.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Here we go.
All right. You want to tie
I've
the
got
rope to
good
yourself
climbing
first?
skills.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
that's a great idea. Maybe I'll tie that rope with piton on this side
Kawai's,
Doesn't hurt.
yeah.
before I go across.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
practice
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I don't suck at it.
So you go over here. You nail in a piton into the ground.
Yes.
Okay. So you nail into the ground, and as you do that, you see dust and a little bit of that brick coming out as you're hammering pretty deep into it, and a chunk of that brick falls off the edge, and you see it fall for a very long time, almost as if it's just disappearing out of view before it hits the ground deep, deep below you.
I thought you said it was 50 feet.
Just reminding you, I mean, it seems like 50 feet. That was a rough estimate, but there's trees blocking it. There's trees that are closer. There's some trees that are 50 feet-ish. It's hard to tell, but this thing goes down
It's like
deep
a
enough
loogie off
that
the side of the Hoover Dam.
you know, and it's strange because like you look down and you look up at a 50-foot drop and you're like, that's not so bad. You look down off a 50-foot drop and it's a much different sense of scale.
Ooh, this should be hitting different.
Yeah, we climbed up 100-foot rock a day and a half ago, so yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about it. It's
well,
not.
you didn't fall off 100-foot.
No,
But
there was the potential. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's not something I haven't imagined.
Yeah, no.
in the past couple days.
It's just a stark reminder of the stakes on these
Got it.
platforms.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah,
get
I
a
want to give
feather
that.
out in preparation for this, so you'll be okay if you fall. Don't worry, I got you.
Plus, you
All
put
right.
that piton in half.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna give that piton a few tugs. Make sure it's nice and snug in there. Don't want it to.
Give it a couple times.
Yeah, it seems pretty solid.
Okay. Here goes. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All right.
Break leg.
Roll a. How are you going across these vines?
On
Are
my.
you crawling? Are you hanging? Are you walking? Are you trying
No,
to
I'm
tightrope these
crawling.
things?
Yeah, hands and knees sort of thing. Honestly, what you do is like the. Have you seen like Marines go across a rope? You kind of like you straddle your whole body on it. You put like a leg on it. You put the other leg, so you kind of just like balance your body weight across it.
Yeah.
That's what I would be doing, basically,
Okay.
trying to
Roll
put it in the center
a-
of my body and kind of pull myself.
Roll a athletics check as you just kind of shimmy your way across this
Yeah,
thing.
spread that weight out. That's a 14.
14. Yeah, so you grab the rope on the other end of the piton, you shimmy your way across, and you make it pretty easily. The vines hold, there are no surprises or anything, and you kind of pop up onto the other side.
Hey guys, I made it.
Good job. Put another piton in.
Yep. Hammer.
Yeah, and you hammer it in, and the line is tight, and the rope seems strong.
Like a tiger?
Yeah,
Wait,
Like a tiger.
like a tiger.
Toy like a toy good.
and a pancake. I'm gonna bleed.
I can see that I was not pleasing you.
Dresden, should I put
Yeah.
another one in for safety just a little bit further down? I'm not a climber per se.
I mean, you can. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Just a backup?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna give it a backup. Maybe another 10 feet down the path that I'm on now.
Okay, so you move about 10 feet back down, and then you nail in another piton tied around the rope.
I'm gonna cut a few lengths of rope, and start just tying them around everyone, and then tie another loop like around the actual rope, so that we're kind of almost like in real life you'd use a carabiner, but
Yeah.
I'm sort of tying a loop, and then like around everyone's waist.
All right. Yeah, and you tie like maybe one or two of them, and you figure like, well, they can kind of just throw it back onto the other side since it's tied to the thing.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, so Bartholomew goes next, and he seems, with that added help, easily seems to cross. Thargan and Fitz move across, helping each other, and same. They seem to easily be able to just shimmy their way across up to this part. Who's going next?
I'll go.
Okay, roll with advantage. Athletics.
Nine, 10, 11.
And 11. You also make it across pretty easily. Who else is going?
I'll go last.
I'll go. You know, no. I want to go last.
I should go last.
Can you pull up
why?
this piton?
Yeah. I'm very strong. I know where triceps are.
I'm not gonna. You can't argue with that. I'll go second to last. Everyone
I'm
else
probably
keep
more
going. Come on.
dexterous than you, so it's probably a little easier for me.
All right,
Yeah.
we got Cornelia next, I believe. I will go last, just because I have the spell. So if anything happens, I can just go over there pretty
Nope.
easily.
Get over there, bud. Go.
Okay.
Smack him on the butt.
All right, roll with
okay.
advantage. Both of you,
All
you
right.
and Cornelia.
Are there any things floating in the sky? Kel,
Roll a perception.
About those,
Roll a perception
those
check.
brain clouds or whatever. That's not great.
Told they will literally eat your brain.
That's a
I was
seven.
rolling athletics. Oh,
Lucky 7.
Yeah. You roll athletics with advantage, Cornelia.
all right. 9.
A 9. It's not great. This isn't super nice, but you managed to make it across, not gracefully, but it's done. It's not a big problem.
Yeah, I got an 18, so that's good.
Yeah. So you, it's only like a 7-foot gap realistically. So you kind of shimmy your way really close to the edge, and then almost just step across with using the rope. It wouldn't have been possible without it, but you easily step across. All right, and the last 2.
Easy breezy.
Beautiful. Have a girl.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I'll
God.
go. Pup, don't actually pull up the piton. We're gonna have to get back over this. I was just.
Okay.
It's a test.
All right. Roll with
I like
advantage.
smack it harder, further into the ground.
Wow.
Just gonna make sure that
Athletics?
this is
Athletics with
I-
advantage.
Dig some
Yes,
dirt
12.
around it, like bury it a
Great.
little.
Yeah, Dresden. You're quite a bit heavier. These vines groan a little bit as you move them, and a little bit of dust and dirt falls out.
Easy,
leaves.
girl.
And Pup, you as
Easy
well.
now.
Sorry, one more time.
Steve
Roll
was
athletics with
angry that
advantage.
Great. With advantage, good, because the other one was a natural 1. It's a 21.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you, Pup grabs it and just kind of swings off to one side. and lands.
Whoa!
Yeah. You guys sit there.
And apparently, according to you, dabs halfway through. Beautiful.
You guys see
As
those
far as those
armors close by. They're not really moving, but Bart looks at you guys. All right, well the alarm spell is pretty close to the junction up there, and just the tail end of that platform. So try not to go
Alright.
too near. Yeah.
Rez, straight across.
All right, you got it.
Resident, can you kind of walk over here?
You can do
Yeah,
this.
I
right?
will.
Like that's
Yes,
not.
yes.
I mean, we estimated the distance, right? But you can actually do it. You're not just gonna pop up into the middle of nowhere and like look at us like a coyote and then fall.
I mean, anything's possible, I guess, but I should be able to do it pretty easily.
All right, great. Get to do it. There you go.
All right. That I don't feel good now. So I'll say, Lee go, and I will just kind of the area around me becomes kind of like an oil painting, and it slowly kind of all comes into one center, and I'm gone out of the image, and then I'm suddenly on the other side.
Okay, yeah, and you poof, just kind of reappear in a smattering of oils and paints.
Oh, he did it.
Weird.
He did actually do it. Nice job, bud. All right, someone throw him a rope.
Like a boss.
Well, I had faith.
Nope.
I had faith. I know he could do it.
Just like a boss.
And you heard your voice, Fitz. Show off.
Yeah, like a middle manager at best, but still.
What?
Huh?
Should we have given him the pitons before maybe too late now. Perhaps someone can throw them across.
Yeah, throw them!
I was thinking maybe more secure it to the actual stone. That thing looks heavy as all get out, no?
Oh, I guess we'll find out.
Do some investigation over there, bud.
So yeah, try to push that stone. See if it's solid.
But like, don't touch it, because it looks dangerous.
Is it on dirt or is it on
Is there
stone?
But I think you're saying to investigate, so I'm gonna look around. And I'm gonna start like looking around the area.
It's
We're like-
25 feet.
We're like 25 feet apart. It's like a medium-sized room.
I have bad hearing.
Yeah, and your voices go over that pit and then just seem to lose oomph. Give me an investigation, Rezik.
Right.
Is there a
Cool.
pedestal that it's on, or is it just like sitting there freely?
This one has just the remnants of what you might think might have been a pedestal. It's this stone kind of lays on the ground. It doesn't look like it's necessarily like held up by anything. It's just kind of laying on this big pile of rock, and very, very, very heavy.
If I take the old notebook out and start kind of tracing the sigils I see, I got a 15.
A 15, yeah. And there, on the ground, there's some broken, what look like sigils and runes and words. In a tongue or a language you're not used to. This isn't something you've ever seen in any of your books before. Definitely not in Odgarod.
Hey, buddy. Is he writing? What does that have to do with tying a rope?
Sorry, you said to investigate, so I was. You said to investigate, so I was looking around.
Investigate a place to tie the rope.
Oh, right. Thanks, pup. And I'll toss the rope over to them to see if I can.
Roll an athletics check.
Oh God.
Great.
Did you?
Great.
Did you tie the rope?
Oh,
Or are you
okay.
just throwing the rope back to us?
Who put Rezig in charge of this?
Did you put the peacock?
Did your brain turn to paint? What are you doing?
I imagine I
Yes,
tied the
maybe
rope around
he
the thing.
shouldn't cast this spell ever again.
All right, hey, someone throw the rope back to him. Wrap it around the bridge. You
Wait, you don't want the rope?
I want the rope after you've secured it to something. And just
Sorry.
fire it at him.
Oh, God! All right.
Yeah,
God.
you guys,
I'll
you
tie it
managed to
around the thing, and
you
I'll
managed
send
to
it back
tie
over to
around the stone pretty securely. What are you guys tying it
Girlfriend?
on the bridge side? What are
Hello?
you guys tying it to?
I'm actually gonna wrap it around the bridge.
Like underneath the bridge?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of it, and I'm gonna go whoop. I'm gonna swing it around, and I'm gonna catch it on the other side like a boss, not like a middle manager, like a fucking boss.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
Can I
Not like a
assist
middle
in any way?
manager for
God,
sure.
Give
I'm
him
gonna be I'm
advantage?
gonna be working at McDonald's
mean-
in no time. All right,
You can try
17?
and grab the other side with your mage
Yeah,
hand
you catch
as
this.
it flips around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I send it
Cornelia,
around.
with a 17, it comes whipping around enough for Cornelia to grab it out of the air, pull it up, and then you guys have it tied around the bridge. You secure it, and it seems solid.
Great. Let's do that twice.
Yeah.
Send another one.
Backups.
Okay.
And same deal. I want to put two like sort of a couple feet apart so that maybe we can slide the that sort of palanquin that I called it, and then you were like, yeah, you made some sort of sledge, and I was like, it was nice in that, and then you were like, I don't
Okay.
know.
You have that bridge
But
there?
I want it basically sort of fit on the inside
okay.
so we can slide that across.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
thick-ass rope.
And Thargan, he has that really strong upper body strength. So he gets across okay. He kind of straps that palanquin to his back, grabs the ropes, secures it, and then, just with his huge muscles, slips himself across this thing.
So cool.
It looks unsafe,
God.
as I'll get up.
It looks, yeah, that looks like
But,
not what I planned, but look at me,
Doesn't
so
seem
beefy.
like
Jesus.
it doesn't even seem like it crossed his mind that he wouldn't work. And he gets to the edge, just lifts himself up and over the edge effortlessly.
What a guy.
Wow.
And you hear in the
you remember-
background,
Does anyone else? Does
show
anyone else
off.
remember when we were? Yeah, Fitz. Does anyone remember like when we were worried about how we spent like hours being like, oh, can we afford an extra primer hooves to get this guy over here? And he's freaking Tarzan with no legs. What the hell? Anyway, I'm not salty.
You sound a little salty.
well,
got
if you want to see something to marvel at, watch this. And Fitz.
I grab him and I tie a rope to him. I just
Okay, yeah.
And then
He has
can
one
I
arm.
like
Dresden.
go on it behind him?
Go on. Well, he
Yeah,
He
and I'm
doesn't-
gonna hold on to the rope behind him. I'm gonna like trapeze walk
Yeah.
That's
So
the
he starts to
Like
walk
safety
across
instructor.
the rope on top of it. He says, he's like,
Oh.
on the Edenbound ship, I did this quite often on the masts. You should see me. And to his credit, he jumps on the rope and starts walking across, balancing. Quite proficiency. Are you going as well, Pup? Because you said you were following right after him, right?
Yeah, well, I was gonna follow and hold on to the rope.
Okay, yeah. So roll an acrobatics check.
He's like a rich kid at Club Med being like, I totally did it all by myself. And you have like an instructor behind you carrying you, basically.
I roll a 17 plus 5, 22.
A 22, yeah. So you both start walking across, and it's... the pit of each of you, the stomach, just drops a little bit. It's Fitz we're talking about, but still, that feeling of, oh my god. And Fitz seems to make it across as Pup jumps in right after. There we go.
Rope walking, it's called.
Okay, anyone else that wants a rope tie to that? Untie Fitz and reel it back. Anyone else want to?
It's totally
tie him?
unnecessary.
Yeah.
I'll go, but I'm not going like that. That's nuts.
Are we all wanting to go over?
Oh, yeah. Are we all wanting to go over? Maybe we should just stay here. Hey, guys, you got it over there? Maybe you
I'll
can-
go over.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
maybe
something
we'll stay
to
right
that.
here.
You know, some go over. I mean, it's Thargan that has to touch the rock tree, the tree that we think is a rock that we're not sure if it's a tree or a rock, but now I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's missing.
And yeah, as you guys are saying, Thargan's been looking at the stone pretty closely. And he has his hand up against it, eyes closed, just somewhere else.
Maybe a warning. Maybe a warning before you touch the stone. Just saying. You know, like a 3, 2, 1 or anything really would be fine. So just saying.
He seems pretty unresponsive.
Oh, that's great.
Give him a minute.
I was also just thinking, I'll tell the group around me, is that one elf wizard knew that there would be bark on this oathwood tree because he wants it. Maybe he's just heard of it, or maybe he's known of it before, so maybe it is a tree we're looking for.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
So right now
Lord,
we have-
I'm not going to let you and
we have-
look at this and me not go over too. And Bart straps on, waits expectantly, Dresden, for you to tie a rope around his waist. All right, thank you, Dresden. And then hangs off the back, has his feet tied, linked together above the rope, and then slides upside down, just kind of shimmies across the rope all the way to the other side, and makes it.
And I think
pretty
Trust
easy.
was trying too, right?
Yeah, I wanted to go.
All right, Trust. Roll a acrobatics check or athletics check as you try and shimmy across this rope. With it's advantage since Dresden's got you tied.
11 again.
An 11. You make it across pretty easily. Anyone else? Or
Not
you
with
three gonna stand
athletics.
I'm good right here for now.
Yeah, I think I might
Okay.
actually stay and make sure this rope doesn't get cut or something like that.
All right. Yeah, you guys on the other side of the Thargan in deep in a trance, spiritual trance, just has his hand up against that stone as you hear mostly just scribbling as Stock is jotting notes, looking at all the symbols and everything. Rezik,
I jot faster.
have you seen
Yep.
anything in this language before? As Fitz kind of like looking at the stones.
Well, not quite, but it does seem slightly familiar. I'd have to just explore a little bit more before I'm able to know for sure.
Interesting. I feel like I saw these symbols once in a book for my father. In his study.
Oh,
What is the book about?
I don't know. I didn't read it. I just saw the symbols on the end of the book. It
Ugh.
looks familiar. I was wondering if you
Interesting.
knew.
I'll keep track of it, and we can try to figure it out later if possible.
Oh, do that. And yeah, And Bart sketches everything down, and then starts to just test out the walkway over here, touching the stone to make sure it doesn't crumble beneath his feet. Hey, never been be too careful, huh? Just checking it out, making sure it's nice and steady. And Thargan looks to you all. I have no connection to this stone. None at all. It's strange.
Was you
I
supposed to?
If what Kelwise was saying is correct, I would feel like, I would hope that I would have some connection to this if it was the Oathwood, but looks as though...
But it's not made out of wood.
It's not. Well, as we were saying, we don't know exactly what Oathwood looks like.
Well,
takes.
I can tell you, without a doubt, it comes from a seed. And I don't think that grew from a seed.
How would you know that?
We don't need to talk about it. You just need to know as I know.
Yeah, I mean, also, she's a bard. She's heard stories from all across the lands. So, obviously.
Her tale of the oathwood seed you plant
It's
in the
not that I-
ground like the oath you planted in your heart. That's the lyric.
Great song about it. It's really good.
Beautifully recited too.
Yeah.
I glare at Dresden.
Yeah. From across the way, Dresden.
A crackle comes from my horns.
From 30 feet away, you just see those, yeah.
Glad I'm the only reason I say it is I'm so far away.
Yeah.
Safe distance.
Yeah, and Thargan looks to you. I feel this is cold. It's unnerving, this crystal. Do any of you feel malice?
Do
From this?
any of us feel?
I want to put my
Every
whole
day.
body against it, just like
Just
Roll a perception check.
I want to.
no.
I want to touch it with
Like
a finger,
Jurassic
like
Park.
just like a touch.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bigger than pup, right? Like twice pup
Let's
size.
not
Yeah.
all touch the
Yeah.
mysterious
Perception?
jewel.
Yeah.
18 plus
Three.
2, dirty
A
20.
20. Pup, in the wild, you have touched things.
A lot.
Have they?
Not a
So
sex
many things.
cult. Not a sex
And
Not a
the
sex cult.
immediate feeling that comes to mind is when you were very, very young, you found a snake's nest. And you were playing with the eggs, and you could remember feeling something
no.
move in those eggs. This is that same feeling, same intuitive, I guess, memory.
Hey, it feels like something's inside.
That
Well, then
doesn't
stop touching
sound great. Maybe we should get far away from
Have you
it.
guys ever felt an egg with something inside of it? That's
No,
kind of what this
Maybe.
feels like.
that's
dragon.
disgusting. Let's
It's a
get out of here.
dragon.
Hey, stop that. Stop that now.
Yeah, we don't want to knock
And you're not
hello.
gonna-
No,
and-
honestly,
and,
stop that.
Yep.
Someone stop, pup.
If it's
And
not,
Pup-
we don't want to hatch it. Come
Are
on,
you nice?
Pup.
You start knocking on this thing, and it
Someone throw
feels
Pup off
solid.
the
It
thing.
doesn't feel hollow like an egg does. There's no sense that it's hollow. This feels like a solid crystal.
It feels like a solid crystal.
Is it something
Well-
that's looking at us right now? Is that what you mean?
Do I hear anything?
Something
Yeah, you don't
inside
hear
it,
anything.
like peering at us through
Do I
the other
taste
side?
anything?
It's very dusty, covered in dirt and creme that's just been, carried in through the wind. And
I write "wash me" on it. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I'll cast another detect magic to see if I can sense anything about this.
yeah,
Things
and
aura.
the crystal itself lights up.
All right.
very brightly.
Is there like a certain type of magic to this thing, or just like
strong abjuration magic?
Hmm.
What do you got?
It's got a strong abjuration magic sense to this thing.
Would you like that in common, please?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it's got some kind of a protective, kind of like a protective spell over it.
So we
of some
shouldn't be
kind.
hitting it? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we can make the wash me on it. It's fine. That's okay. Trust. I think that knocking, might be a bad idea. But other than that, we should be. I don't know.
So what does that mean about the other ones? What are they here for?
Probably the same.
Is there a discernible, like, okay. Are the other ones glowing in any sort of fashion relative to this?
Yeah, they
stone?
all kind of in the same manner pulse very, very infrequently and not very bright, but they do all kind of pulse with that same intermittent rhythm.
Great.
I mean,
And the only way you can
I
really
haven't-
see that
I
it's
haven't-
light is because it's so dark down here.
Okay, so we're gonna have to check out these other ones, right?
There's more crystals?
Yeah, there's two others.
Two more.
How far away are
so-
those suits of armor?
That's what you guys
They
kind
were
of...
they were
Well, they're
back
pretty close
by
to
where
us.
we came from.
Oh, you know what this could be?
What?
Maybe the actual trees themselves are in that that kind of bigger temple, and these are set up by the families to protect each individual tree. Possibly there's some kind of a shield, so that someone can't really if they attack the tree, this will be its first defense. Maybe I don't know.
All right. Well, how far away are those armored guys from the from the edge? You said that there was a protection thing, right? Rez?
Well, Bert said there was
Bert?
some kind of a Bartram. Said there's some kind of alarm spell over there. So if we cross a certain area, the alarm will go off and they'll probably attack us.
All right. Bart, how far is it from those guys to the edge of this platform where it is?
As I said, it's about to reaches to the top of this, the tippy top of this platform, and then about where the two meet on the sides. Where the two
Is the
pathways
green
meet.
one?
It's like a
Just give me
circular
a
thing.
number. So give me a number.
About 30 feet out from them.
30 feet out. Cornelia, how far can you do your fancy hand?
30 feet?
Is that a question?
Yes.
Does anyone else
Should be
got a
around
fancy
30
hand?
feet.
Hey, who's got a
Yeah.
fancy hand? You've got a fancy hand.
Yep. Not as
Okay.
fancy as Cornelius, but yes.
Great. All right.
30 feet.
Rain, 30 feet. Fantastic. Here's the thing. I don't want to fight those things. I don't want to fall off this thing. I don't want any of you to fall off this thing. We're at a very stable platform here, right? I want you two to take your fancy hands. I'm going to make a big old lasso. You're going to wrap it around those things, and you're going to drop it on them. All right? And then all of us together are going to pull and try and pull them straight off the edge. Here's the thing. If they're animate, great. If they're not, well, we lost 2 sets of rusty armor. Who cares? So does that make sense? Because it looks like we got to get into that temple.
Sure. Yeah. You can try.
Good plan.
All right.
Should we shimmy our ways to the middle platform then?
Probably,
there.
Yeah. Well, not all of us. Yeah, so let's head over. Leave the rope.
All right.
That's all right.
Does anyone have any objections? Better ideas?
Well, I got a question.
Sure. Thargan, we're
And
gonna need
Thargan's
you.
looking
Jack
up.
as hell.
Thargan's looking up. Does it look like they're floating to any of you?
God damn it, Thargan.
And as you look, those suits of armor almost seem to be just off the ground ever so slightly.
Yep. That would make sense. Yep.
I don't know
Okay,
that
new
you're
plan.
dropping them.
Here's the thing.
I'm not being a naysayer.
No. I think that's good. All right, here's the thing. We're gonna kite him. That's what we're gonna do then. Can you zoom out on the map for a sec? If we go south, west, and north, okay, so there is a direct route we can take.
Yeah, and you see that there's quite a bit of overgrowth over here. So there's like little parts where you'd have to like climb over some big bushes and stuff. But like, other than that, yeah, it would be a straight run.
Okay, I don't know how smart they are, but what if we try and tether them to this spot? We lasso them, reel them in, and secure them to it. If they are stupid, they won't know to cut it, right? Hey, anyone know
honestly,
how smart, sets of armor they can
Are you
think
really
for
afraid you
themselves
can't like hit an empty suit of armor with your sword and be fine?
I'm absolutely sure I can hit it. I just don't want to fall off when he hits me. Did you see yesterday? You know what a turducken is, right? It doesn't feel good. A Dresden.
What? A turducken? What is this madness you speak of?
That's when you take
I grew up poor, you rich bastard!
Look, I didn't invent it.
I don't want to be a naysayer, Dresden. It's a really good idea, but I do have to say, seeing these suits of armor that are able to float, I kind of worry that they might be a little bit more advanced than being able to kind of lasso them like cattle and just tie them to a thing. They might be able to get out of it pretty easily.
Might. Okay.
Might. We could try it though, if you want.
Go knock on their door then.
Just me?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
You seem so
I'll
confident.
do that right now. You got it.
Don't do that. All right.
I'm not going to.
How are we doing this then? If that's not if they can fly, because someone named Jaymes is a dick.
Maybe they just hover and don't fly.
What's in Jaymes?
Oh, it's like a god but worse.
Oh.
Yeah. You might be right, actually, Kowise. I
Might
think,
not.
hey, here's the thing.
I've been wrong very recently before, so.
If we have to fight them, this is actually a better spot to do it because there's more area, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
One question.
All right.
Do we want to, in preparation? I think I bought so many hundreds of feet of rope. I have 400 feet of rope.
Oh.
Do we each want to tether ourselves to this rock? Just in case.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had another idea, by the way. We could see if maybe Thargan can just go over there and be like, "Hey, I'm Korseth. Let me through. I belong to the family." No, okay, that's a bad idea.
Bargain,
That's a bad idea.
do you have like family words you can shout and maybe it will like disarm?
Yeah, like Kudukin or whatever it's called, whatever Dresden's called it.
Like we are farmers. Bum 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 bum.
Hey,
something
yes,
You
like
suits
that.
of armor.
Battle tune.
You attack me, I'll crush you where you stand.
That's not
That's
what I
usually
meant.
what
good.
works. That's
strong.
usually
Really
what
good.
we use in my
That's strong.
family.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't stand, so that's
Well, I said
You
I
know?
crush you while you stand.
right. No,
Do-
but I mean, all I'm saying is
Specific language.
Do
Bluff
disembodied suits of armor regularly attack your family?
Disembodied suits of armor. Yes, well.
that's a good
if we
question.
had floating suits of armor, I probably wouldn't have needed you guys.
That's a good point.
Can I sense any
No.
veins
Start tying
pulsing
everyone
on these
to the
suits
thing.
of armor?
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys tie yourselves to this armor. You guys.
They're pumping.
Well, question, Dresden, you're still on the other side. Are you all going to the center platform?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
we
need
all
to
went
go
to the
there.
center platform. I
All right,
think that is
so,
that a good plan?
Roll
I think that's
athletics. Athletics for everyone who wants to cross, unless you want to run across.
No.
Cornelia, which is a athletics check or a acrobatics check
Acrobatics.
instead.
Do we have advantage on
I
this?
can run
Come on,
across.
Corny
there.
cow, let's go!
If you're
No,
crawling
she's on the other
across,
side, I'm already there.
if you're crawling across, tied to it, yes.
Yeah, I'm still doing the tying thing.
Should I,
Cornelia,
like-
go!
should I stay for like flanking capabilities?
Can I
You're
like
one to get to
meet
it
her
close to a
half
fight.
like on the other side and like walk backwards and like lead her across?
Oh wait, what am
Well,
I doing? Oh, well,
I don't know. I don't know if she's even going across at this rate.
With
What did you get? What did you get? What did you two get?
help?
I rolled 2 18.
Jason, what'd you
18.
get? 18?
18.
Yeah. So you make it across. Dresden, what'd you get?
I didn't roll yet.
Oh,
I love how
With
Puff's the
advantage.
instructor. It's so cute.
Yeah, I got 23.
23.
21.
21. So yeah, Pup, you can, but it seems like Cornelia's.
I got it. I got it.
It's
You
more of
got
a
it!
it's more of a
Really good
hassle.
form!
It's more
I'm
of a
still gonna
hassle
fall
than a
in your
hazard.
hands, though.
Okay, yeah, and you fall into their hands as you.
Or their hands.
Yeah, as you descend across.
I'm just obnoxiously shouting, Cornico! Cornico!
All right,
And while that
and you guys
madness
all
happens,
tie yourselves to this giant stone in the middle.
Yeah, basically, so everyone has enough room to get to the edge, but like not fall off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you each
feel very constricted.
you each fan out. It's what's the orientation you're tied into? Because you guys are gonna start wrapping around each other if you. Thargon's gonna stay.
Let's not worry about the maypole quite yet.
Shorter ones in the front, maybe?
And
what we
you
need
know,
to do is all be able to pull, because we're gonna try and pull these stupid floating things off the edge, right?
Yeah.
So half on the left, half on the right. We're still gonna have the rope,
Wait,
and then
but they-
magic hands are gonna take it off to the thing.
But they float. How are you gonna get
Right.
them fall? They're not gonna fall. They
right.
can float.
Okay. We know that. We don't know
They
if they
can
can
float,
fly.
Dresden!
Trust. We don't know if they can fly or hover. Two separate things.
Right.
And here's the thing. Either way, if they can fly, we reel them in, and then we've got control over them. We surround them and beat the fuck out of them. It's pretty
Take
simple.
their armor off, you think? Do you think it's their armor keeping them here? You're
Hey,
gonna
Cornelia,
strip
I'm
it.
gonna blow your
Let's
fucking
take
mind.
their
right now.
armor.
I'm gonna blow your mind. I think it's just armor. I don't think anyone's inside.
Oh.
What?
All right, well, bring it on. I'm tired of talking about it. Let's go.
All right, so
There it goes.
Two hands.
we'll have
floating
like
hand- big lasso. You
Yeah,
guys are
yeah.
two hands are gonna float
Okay.
the
Yes.
rope over, drop it on them,
Yeah.
and then we're all gonna heave like we're hunting
Oh.
sharks or turduckens.
like we're like trying a Scooby-Doo move first. So yeah, we'll have like Dresden and Pup in front, right, to be able to kind of like pull them in, and then like Cornelia and Rezek next to them to do the hands thing, right?
No.
That's kind of the thought.
No, you guys have to be the closest because it's like 30
We'll be the
feet away.
closest.
So you have
Okay.
to do the placing. You're gonna grab it with your magic hands,
Okay. Yeah.
and you're gonna fly it out there, wrap
Cool.
it around him, and then all of us are gonna pull together.
Cool.
All right, and we're
Yep.
gonna have Thargon at the back be the anchor, just like in a nice tug of war.
Magic
He's a
hand.
jackass dude,
I feel good about this
right?
for now.
Okay,
Worst case
so
scenario,
this
we're
is about
beside
what
the
you
rock.
guys discussed, right?
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm worried with all this. We're gonna go for all this, and it's not gonna work, and then we're not gonna know what to do.
I'm gonna know what to do.
Take their armor.
Yeah.
Not fall off.
All right,
Take
calm
their
down,
armor.
Dresden.
When in
Here's
doubt.
the thing. Here's the
I'm
thing.
about to take your soul.
All right, please don't.
Oh my god. Trust
Take
is
their-
so soul
take
heavy
their
or so
soul.
thirsty.
Please don't.
Like
No, here's the thing. Here's the
It's been
thing.
a while.
There's two things that
it's
can
been a
happen.
while.
They either like
No,
us,
wow.
and they'll just be like,
been a
"Excuse me,
while."
sir, why are you tugging me?" Or they don't like us, and they'll attack us. And then what do? We just beat the hell out of them
Yeah,
together.
Thargon,
Right.
make sure you say some words so they hear you, and maybe they'll not attack us. Not attack us.
I will introduce them the way that I've been taught by my family.
Right.
And he pulls
Great.
out
Beat the-
this
beat
big
the shit
axe.
out of them.
Good. Diplomacy. Great. Perfect.
Okay,
Right.
let's do it.
All right, here's the lasso. Magic hands, pick it up.
Yep.
All right,
All right, let's do it.
take it over there. Everyone else, hold on to the rope. Here we go. This is gonna go down. This is gonna be so bad.
So yeah, I'll say Mamo, and I will shake my hand, and another hand pops out, like an arcane hand, but it looks like it's kind of like sketched and kind of stop motiony, and it will go over and grab the rope. Waka waka, and it'll go over, grab the rope, and bring it over to the other side.
Hide that
Well,
thing,
we're gonna
Rezek.
get-
How embarrassing.
The moment your hands cross that threshold
Damn it.
that he had talked about,
The magic hands.
eyes
Yeah.
light up, that rope moving through.
There we go.
Those guards swords
Maybe they'll agree
in
to
their
them.
hands.
Wrap them up. Wrap them up.
Their bodies start to float up in the air. These capes fluttering behind them, these old capes.
Quickly now.
All of the
Quick,
armor on the
quick.
ground starts
Drop
to
it.
energize. All those broken suits.
Stop it.
They start to
Oh, this
shake.
is bad.
And
all
some
they
of
can
them
do is hover, right,
start
Dresden?
to fall off. And it doesn't seem like, it seems like they want to materialize, but they can't. Whatever magic created them
Oh, that face is
is
great.
too far gone. But those two still holding swords look up.
Wrap
in
them
their
up.
helmet.
Wrap them up.
We
Drop,
wrapped
drop,
it.
drop, drop.
Wrap them
Both
up.
of you guys roll arcana checks.
Okay,
Oh, and also don't fuck this up, please.
I have a good Arcana score, so 19.
Oh no.
Ready there?
Can I add in anything like my intelligent saving throw?
She's just picking random numbers.
7.
A 7. Was it one rope or was it 2 different ropes per guy? Were you trying to do 2 different lassos or one big lasso?
No. One together so that they're tied
Right.
together and further.
Yeah. So
in
you start to go over and you see them light up and go. Rezik rushes his hand, but unfortunately Cornelia's hand doesn't go at the same pace, and they start to fall. And the second that rope gets
Too
near,
fast, too
with an
fast.
easy swipe with his sword, one of those knights just, and that rope just almost.
Hers is invisible,
Just
okay? It's hard to see
feathers.
it. I don't know.
And they both rise into the air, looking at you, and shoo, start to rush straight past you, not walking, but flying straight at you. Everyone roll.
Oh my.
Everyone
Yes,
roll
What
initiative.
about better rope?
I just look at everyone. I'm like,
Damn
well, at
it,
least we're
why
tied
do
to
I
the
roll
rock,
so
right?
bad? Bobby dies.
Oh
right,
no!
Who got the highest?
Not me.
21.
Oh, Bobby dies.
11.
17.
All right,
16.
Kelwise, 21. Who is 17?
Cornelia.
Cornelia,
has 18.
17.
Dresden
18.
16.
Dresden, 16. Rezik, what'd you get?
11.
11, and Trust is a 5.
Yeah.
That's actually.
I have the perfect spell for these things too.
Fitz and Thargan,
You sell
Please.
us that now?
please cast Thunderwave.
They weren't moving now. Please cast Thunderwave.
All right,
Hint.
Kelwise, you see them
Just
coming
like-
towards you, and you kind of react
Shockingly,
first.
that's not what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Shockingly.
Shockingly.
Drop the rope, out with the bow and arrow, and I'm gonna let an arrow go.
Okay, you shooting left or right?
Let's go with the right. Why
Okay.
not? Lucky right.
Fire an arrow.
We got a.
Call him Richard, and the other one's Larry.
Gosh, where's my bow and arrow? That's a 24.
With 24. So you shoot, and it seems to hit the armor and dig in a little bit. Roll damage.
That's a 4.
4 damage. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is a suit of armor, a thick suit of armor. You shoot, and an arrow clink, takes purchase, and then slowly just kind of falls out of its armor.
Not sure that
Anything
worked.
else? Pup.
Yeah. I'm going to wait until one gets close enough so I can hit it with a chopstick.
Okay, you hold an action. Cornelia.
Is it close enough for me to use my mage hand and take one of their helmets off?
You can try. Yeah.
Their
Because you were
armor.
close enough to drop it. So go ahead and try. But now you know
All right.
that you can't pick up anything more than 10 pounds. And these are
Oh,
like
you think it's more than... Ooh.
thick. These are like
Thick
very
boy.
heavy.
All right. I'll just try to
pieces of
shoot
armor.
him then. Just
Yeah.
try to shoot him.
Okay.
But would
Roll
the
attack.
helmet be more than 10 pounds?
Leafy
I see
armor
this. I
boys.
mean,
These
it's
don't
probably
look like
attached
they were
like the
suits of
Juggernaut
armor made for wearing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Per
can you
se.
They
imagine
don't look like that. You said, or
10-pound
they do?
helmet?
I mean, they're fashioned to look like a knight's armor, but when you really look at them, the heft of them
Like it's
It would
solid.
require. If someone did wear it, it would require some kind of magical force to assist you. You just wouldn't be able to move at that size. Yeah.
All right. And then they're not close enough. They're still fairly far out.
And I think they are where they are.
Okay, cool.
They're right here.
All right, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot
Okay.
an arrow at them.
At which one?
The one on the right.
Okay. Shoot an arrow.
I got 19.
A 19. You shoot and it goes pink and just
Oh, jeez.
shimmies off this armor.
Oh my god.
We're doomed. We're
Yeah,
doomed.
dude. That's not
I
good.
tug on the rope to make sure I'm still attached to the
Yeah.
Can I just
And
say
you
that
still
out
are.
loud? Like, I just got a good shot, guys, and it didn't do anything, so make it perfect.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Dresden.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I mean, I don't have a thing that goes distance, so I'm just gonna be like, everyone stand back. I'm gonna go to the edge. I'm gonna take the herniax and I'm gonna do like a hammer throw.
Okay, yeah. You like, you hammer throw this thing. Roll an attack with disadvantage. You went for the left or the right one. It's actually,
I'm gonna.
it's far enough
I'm
away that
gonna
it
go
would
for
be,
both of them.
it would be at double disadvantage because you're kind of outside the throwing range as well.
Oh God. Okay.
How far are they from us again?
From Dresden, where he's at,
what was the,
35-ish, 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause
I didn't
Cornelia and
write
them
down the throwing. What was the throwing? I know we have it
It was
somewhere.
the same
just
as it was a dagger, I think. And a dagger's 20-60, I think.
Yes. Yeah. I crossed that out. Oh yeah. Okay. Double disadvantage. Sweet. I got this, guys. Don't worry. You're all tied in, right? You're all tied in. Yeah. That's not gonna. That's a 10.
Okay, with the 10, yeah, you throw it, and it,
though, for double
and it,
disadvantage. I
and
look
you
at everyone.
give the bushes and the shrubs over here a desperately needed pruning as this giant axe goes flipping through the air and poof crashes into it.
I mean, but at least they know we mean business now, right?
Yeah. Rezik, what are you doing?
Shaking in their armor.
Oh, boy. Okay, so yeah, I will just get next to Dresden,
Okay.
and I am going to cast Enlarge. So I'll say Dole 2, and I will throw a bit of. I'll put a bit of powdered iron in between my hands, and then I will kind of do like a zoom out effect like this, and he'll get larger as my hands get bigger.
Dresden,
Making the
yeah.
armor bigger or Dresden
whoa.
bigger?
Dresden, you
Dresden.
grow.
Whoa! How about,
Okay, I was
how about
like,
a little warning,
just-
buddy? A little consent. A little consent.
And Dresden, you double in size.
Large.
And Dresden, you're nearly 12 feet tall right now.
God!
Yeah, you're enormous, and you feel the weight on that platform, the ground underneath you. For a second, you're like, oh. And it seems
Hey,
to hold.
I tug on the rope. Does the rope feel like it'll hold me?
That rope, it snapped as you grew huge.
I just look like directly down at Rezik. You did this.
It's all
Right.
going to plan.
Trust.
You did this. You did this.
Trust, what are you doing?
I'll cower behind his foot. Go,
Okay, yeah, and you move back a little bit.
wait,
Uh,
are you?
Trust, what are you doing? It's your turn.
Okay. I just need to get them within 60 feet of me in aiming fashion, and at long last, I cast heat metal.
Yeah.
Been waiting every boss or
It doesn't
every
quite have the
fight.
same ring as Thunderwave.
Finally.
No one
Here's the
has
thing,
had
though.
any metal on them, and now
She has
they're all
S.
metal.
If it doesn't hurt them, you've just made them so much more damaging to us.
Big.
You take
Shut
the
up, Big
spell.
Dresden.
Casting spells and
You
making
look
it
at
worse,
them.
Just like
Anyone want a peanut?
Trust, what does the heat metal look like when you cast it?
Oh my god.
It shoots out of the palms of my hands, and it looks like mirage-y, like when you're in the desert, mirage-y, like wavy air.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that, and it like shoots out like.
So you hit this thing, and it starts to heat up,
Yeah.
red hot, and then poof, your spell, the essence of your spell, seems to shatter as a rune on its right shoulder glows super brightly. Roll an intelligence check, Rezik.
Oh, Rezik.
Damn wizards. Okay. Intelligence. I'm good at that. Let's see here. Where is that? Where's
Interesting, groping.
I'm smart. Where is that
Intelligence, where is it?
intelligence check?
Where's
Oh,
mine?
sorry. Intelligence check. +5. Okay, so that's 16.
A 16. You use these in the war. You see quickly after that lights up. There's 3 runes on these things, clearly written in some kind of. It looks like a different language from the one on the ground. Something more akin to your common. And it has 3 wards, warding it from 3 spells, and it seems like heat metal is one of those 3 spells.
Fuck you,
Oh
James.
my
That's great.
god.
That's great.
I
Come
hate
on, the
you
one time that Trust uses it.
so much.
Wow.
Oh my- I'm so
He's
sad.
so happy right
Can
now.
I suck the soul out of the DM?
James.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
happy about it.
I just say, yeah, that specifically won't work.
What about the other 2?
What
I
did
swear
other
to
two
God,
say?
if the other one is Thunderwave, I'm gonna kill him. Find his house, and I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, I know where he lives. I'll tell you.
No, no one knows
What does
where I
other two
live.
say? Do I know?
I'm moving tomorrow. Trust, you find out a piece of the puzzle to the weird inner workings of these 3 arcane beings as they come flying straight towards you, Dresden. You now large. They come straight up to you, each of them with a sword raised high. And these swords almost have like what look like flames jutting out of the blades. Made of carved metal, as each of them starts to strike incredibly fast and swiftly at you.
Nope, nope.
And you take your giant armor, and you manage to deflect all 4 attacks. They start flying at you, and you use your brace almost as a shield, as you just kind of use this armor that you've gotten, and it's in large form
And
to
they have a
block
shield.
all of their attacks. Well, you were swinging the herniacs, right?
Ah, he's right. He's right. I'm
I
gonna
just-
take that off my back. No,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Okay, I didn't
He's
know.
not wrong. He's not
Okay.
wrong.
Sorry. Yeah, but you managed to just. At the same time, Thargan takes his cart, clearly attached, still at the waist, flings himself forward, goes sliding to the edge, and just swipes up with his axe at this guy, using the rope to stop him. The sled going off the cliff.
And
And it's the axe haft. You hear a crack as wood from his hatchet cracks off with the strength, but that hatchet itself buries so deep into this thing's armor, it seems to pierce the armor itself as it cuts through, dealing an incredible amount of damage as this thing starts to waver in the air. And that's when Thargan grabs his axe shaft, and as he does that, another of those runes starts to light up on his armor, and Thargan eyes start to almost glow, locked in some weird kind of, you don't even know, it's some kind of weird link. It could be any kind of
not a
spell
great time to get weird, dude.
attacking him.
Do your
and
other
as that
rune,
happens,
Rezik.
Fitz runs up next to you, rapier drawn, and makes a stab with his small rapier, trying to miss the armor itself and stab into the small kinks, but is easily deflected. he looking for a small point. His rapier not really great for these kinds of situational battles. And at the same time, you hear a everybody duck down, and poof, you see Bartholomew jump over here and right over your shoulder and right by your ear, Rezek. Boom! Just ringing in your ear as this small pellet
Why?
firing off into this armor.
Why would you?
Unfortunately,
The large man right next to me.
It hits that shoulder pad with the rune on it, and it tears the rune in half. That one.
Which rune?
The one that had lit up when you cast heat metal. It just kind of scrapes off that writing, and the writing itself starts to crackle with an energy as something as it's like a dust starts to float up into the air. And that brings us to Kelwise.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the bow and arrow for the moment and pull out my 2 swords, and we're gonna go to town on. Okay, which one did
Thargan grabbed the one on the
bury
right.
the thing into?
This one.
Wait, right
the
or
right.
left?
Right. Right next to him.
Okay, cool.
He's over here.
Well, that's the one I had aimed for the first time, so I'm gonna go after that one the second time.
Okay, so you slide in
Double
under
swing it.
Dresden's legs to get to him. Yeah.
Easy.
And
Easy with those.
So that's a 14 and a 15.
a 14 and a 15. Both of your slices. And these blades were meant to cut flesh, open wounds. You start in a whirling of blades. You start to flip around, and you don't find any purchase. Just it slices off this armor. Oh, sparks flying with the amount of force you're swinging at these things. But just ting ting. That echoes through the air, but it doesn't seem like it's any worse for wear at this point.
Maybe back from the edge, everyone. It occurs to me.
I made a mental note of that. Thank you.
He slides between my legs.
I know, I love how he's under you right now. There you go.
Yeah. Pop, what are you doing?
I never came close enough. I want to go bop him.
Okay. So you two crawl under Dresden's giant form, and you come out with your stick.
Yeah.
Roll a
And
bop.
I'm gonna smack the one on the left with my my staff.
Okay.
Larry.
Roll an attack.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20 hits.
All right.
And what face is this one? Ooh, max damage 9.
9 damage. All right.
And then I am going to bonus action Fury of Blows.
All right.
Hurry up,
So roll 2 more.
Rose.
It's like a bop, and then I want to like kick,
Okay.
like kind of.
Yeah. Give me 2 kicks.
Yeah.
You know, both of my Bobby dice, my snake dice are rolling like duty. Just kidding. I don't know where my other Bobby dice is. Oh, just kidding. It's
All
right here.
dice are equally terrible.
I rolled 2
That's my Bobby.
15s, so another
Oh,
2 20s.
All right. They both hit.
Bobby die.
Yes.
And so 2d4s, these snake dice. 3. The 1, so 4 plus 6 is 10.
10 damage. Okay. Yeah, and you hit these things with this loud thudding sound. Kicks that would have broken a lesser being's feet and shins. Just solid wax. This armor plates just almost seem to be off kilter just a little bit, as if that energy that's holding them together tries to slowly put them back together. It seems like you're making headway. This armor, hard to tell. It's not really a living being, so that the telltale signs of it being damaged or out of commission, kind of out of your purview. Cornelia. Oh,
Yeah.
anything else you want to do?
I was debating whether or not I wanted to move back again, but I don't want to.
Okay.
Great. Well, I'll just crowd the edge. Perfect.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Ties. I have slow fall.
Shoot. I
There's
wanna-
more room under Dresden's legs. It's fine. Come on,
It's
guys.
it's actually pretty crowded under Dresden's legs.
Yeah.
Why is Justin always so big when we're near pits where we can fall?
It was crowded before
It's
you got down
true.
there.
It's a
Everyone's
terrible
crowded.
habit you have.
Is there a
It's
Not even
way?
him.
This isn't my choice.
I know he didn't even get asked. Well, he knew it was coming.
doing so well.
Is there a way to get a
Roll 'em off
clear
the edge.
view of them at all? Even if I go to like the right side of Thargan or right next
Yeah.
to Thargan,
As of
with
now,
me being so small.
yeah, as of now, you could maybe shoot the one from over here.
I'd want to get maybe. Oh man, I want to try something, but I'm scared it's gonna be bad. Because I want to pull out
Go for
that
it.
rod that I have, the silver spindle silk sewn.
Say it the right way.
Oh, with the angry bug? The angry
Yeah.
Angry bug. Angry bug.
Do it.
Angry
Angry bug.
Angry
Can I
bug.
pull him
Bug.
out and say silver spindle silk sewn and
Yeah. Do it.
hope he comes
you
out
And you're pointing at it. Okay.
and look at those those
And you look at the
armor.
head of this staff. The wood has been re-sewn, almost re-knitted by this thing. The thing pops out. The little like worm looks at you, and you hear
And I
a
look at-
question in your mind. Yes? Question
I will
mark?
look at the armor and be like, yes.
From out of this thing, a giant web of super sticky silk comes flying out of the head of this rod. Who are you pointing it at?
At hopefully both of the armor dudes.
The
Is
armor
it-
dudes.
is
Okay.
able-
Everybody but Trust and Cornelia roll a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw.
I knew it. Dang it. That's what I was
don't
worried
be-
about.
Roll a dex saving.
Yeah.
Damn it.
This is not your fault, Melissa. Don't worry.
Ooh,
Oh,
giant
no.
Bobby dice.
Oh, Bobby dice.
A dirty 20.
Ooh. Yeah, and Dresden, you're so big that this stuff just doesn't take purchase on you.
It's on me, though.
Yeah, oh, it's on you, but it doesn't hold you down. Pup, what'd you get?
8.
An 8. Pup, you find yourself restrained. You can still move. Your legs are like glued to the platform.
Cornelia! Back!
Whoa.
What did everyone else
I mean, you
get?
can't fall off, right?
I got a 9.
I
A
got
9.
you.
Same. Rezik.
Oh, 18.
An 18. So you managed to kind of jump out of the way as this giant eruption of silk goes off, and Fitz legs just stuck to the platform. And he looks up. Well, you didn't want to fall off, so here, this I guess helps. And he continues to attack these things. And both of those armored things, they seem to get stuck by this goo, which seems to restrain their legs. But they're floating in the air, so
Are they stuck together at all?
they are not stuck together.
Just their
unfortunately.
legs, not their arms,
Just their
not their swords or
lower
anything.
torso. Yeah, it seems like they're if they weren't floating in the air, they would be stuck to the ground in like some kind of web. Their legs definitely tied together, so if they had to walk at all, it would be difficult. But
Maybe.
You mean the thing they've never done?
Yeah, like maybe they'll just still move.
yeah.
Dang. All right.
We have no need for legs anyway.
But yeah, and the caterpillar looks up at what just occurred. A little nod.
I'm
Looks
be
back
like,
at
no.
you. Gives you the eyebrows, and then burrows back into the staff.
Well,
Pleased with himself.
well, that ends my turn.
Okay, Dresden.
Oh, it's my turn again. Great. Madness. Complete madness. And now I'm huge. This is awful. I'm just going to put my hands over my head, He-Man style. And I'm not going to scream, I have the power. But inside my head, I'm screaming, I have the power.
Okay.
And I want to recall the Herniac straight to me.
Okay.
The note, not huge Herniacs.
Yes.
Because I wasn't holding it.
The appropriately sized herniacs.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
And then I just want to, like, look at Larry and Richard in front of me, and I'm just gonna look at Larry and just wail him on the head as hard as I can.
D20.
Okay, roll an attack.
Come on, Bobby, die, Bobby.
I don't know what you
10.
expect.
A 10. With an incredible amount of force. Pop right in front of you, this giant axe with an amazing amount of force just goes shoo, just barely missing this knight in front of him. You hear kind of a scream of displeasure and a grunt as you hear Dresden whiff just a little bit on this attack. Anything else you want to do, Dresden?
No, I'm gonna stay by the edge because everyone
Yeah,
is
I mean,
standing by the edge.
Bonus action. Yeah, you don't really have.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stand there. Sorry.
Okay. Rezik, what are you doing?
All right. So I am going to back up my full 30 feet. I'm gonna back up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Magic Missile at first level. So I'm gonna say Metum, and I'm going to call 3 darts and then fling them all at the guy on the left.
All right, 3 bolts come flying out. 3 darts flying out, zip around, shoot, fly straight towards this suit of armor. Roll damage.
Okay. Let's see here. So D4. Oh,
And
good.
as that
Okay.
and as that happens, you start to see a rune light up right on the middle of their chest.
Oh, come on! Damn wizards! 14
Magic
damage.
All 3 of those, they seem to shatter into mist as they, and that rune goes down.
Doesn't feel
and
nice,
when you
does it?
see it, you do recognize that the symbol, the symbol for magic missiles, that magical energy. You see that there on the chest now.
Feel like I would have saw that earlier when I read the other ones, but fine.
Well, you saw them and
Sure.
you recognized what they were, but they were off way back on the other side.
Disappointing.
And that's when
tall are they?
Trust. They're maybe 5.5 feet tall, 5 to 6 feet tall.
I would like to aim at the one whose spell disintegrated
Mm-hmm.
on their arm, and I would once again like to cast heat metal on that one.
Okay. Yeah. So this time, without that, the magic of that rune has been disrupted, wrecked. His body ceases to heat up, and you see that silk start to burn away on its body as it starts to flail about, kind of throwing itself at the air, and heat metal seems to take purchase. How much damage does it do?
2d8, and if the creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. So I would assume that would be like a weapon.
Well, did you cast it on
Maybe.
the weapon, or did you cast it on the armor? Or the
Oh
whole
yeah,
thing?
I cast it on the armor.
Yeah, so it must drop
Okay.
the armor.
So drop the armor.
Yeah. Roll damage.
Drop it.
Drop it like it's hot, because it is.
Probably like a hot.
Where's my D8?
When you
Like a hawk.
get an attitude.
That's an 8. Oh, 2 8, 16.
16
Wow,
damage. All right.
That's great.
Yeah,
Bobby
these things.
Daye!
This armor
Yeah.
starts to almost
They work sometimes.
set on fire. This armor is just red hot, very similar to what Dresden looked like just the day before, as it's flailing, as this armor is heated, and as it looks at its body, and the armor starts to melt, almost dripping down as it falls. And that's when it takes its sword, Dresden, looks straight at you, doubles its efforts, 2 hands of the swords, and just starts to swing at you with a flaming mess.
I just want to note that if anyone were to look at me in this time, you could see the flames reflected perfectly in my eyes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a hot tiefling right there.
Very nice. Pretty lady.
One of the swords
Pretty
hits you right now that you have these bigger spots where the armor doesn't protect. It hits you right in one of those spots, and you take 9 slashing damage as one of the swords swings from the back end, cuts through you. The other one.
Oh, go ahead.
Thargan grabbing onto this thing. You hear words in a speech that you don't understand. An ancient language that you're pretty sure Thargan didn't speak before. And there seems to be a tugging of... it's not infernal, no. There seems to be a tugging, almost tugging of wills as he's pulling against his axe head, and this thing is pulling against him, and you hear almost a command
Yeah.
shout across, and he grabs that armor, pulls it out of the sky, and smashes it down to the ground.
Yeah.
Something about Thargan himself, still holding on to that armor, by the axe haft, holding it. It falls still together, not exploding into different pieces of armor, but you see Thargan. The best word for it is absorbing the armor itself, as the armor starts to slide towards him. And you hear a laughter, almost a chuckle, come from him, a almost delirious chuckle. It's strange. It's not something or a way you've ever heard or seen him react. At the same time, Fitz pulls up his rapier and manages to stab right under the breastplate of this thing and stab in, dealing some sort of... you see the discomfort of the being as it jostles.
Discomfort damage.
Yeah, in this
Tail is
flaming
always
hot
dying.
armor, and he stabs in and then immediately backs out as this armor is just completely wreathed in flame, dealing some damage, it seems, to this thing. And it seems to
it go,
start
Fitz.
wobbling in the air. It's just like floating there, just barely being held together. You start to see the plates start to fall out of place and then come back, and then fall out of place and come back. Cowwise.
Is it like effectively prone?
It's not prone, it's still floating.
Well, I mean,
It's just-
floating prone though.
It's on
Floating
fire?
Prone, if you'd like. Floating prone upright.
Damn it.
Cowwise, what are you doing?
If I moved away from the other suit of armor that's still there, would it get advantage attack on me? Am I within that 5 foot? I can't.
You
tell
are
on
within
the
that
screen.
5 feet.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hit it.
Reaction, though.
Okay, yeah. Go for it.
Double swords again, because that's what I
Okay.
got out. Yeah, that's a 21 and
Okay.
a 14.
So your 21 hits. The 14, again, bounces off that thick armor.
And that's a 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. Yeah, you managed to slice into this thing, and more of it. It still seems like it's ready to swing. It's moving around. It's got that sword. It just seems to be glitching, almost like the magic is coming in and out of almost a consciousness. As Pup, it's your turn.
Yeah. I am going to just keep smacking at the one that I was smacking at earlier.
Okay. Yeah. Pup,
I'm
you
up
start
there.
flipping around with your staff and kicking. Roll an attack.
Yep. That is a 10.
10. Yeah, it doesn't hit.
Okay. And then are my feet still like stuck to the ground?
Yes.
Then I'm just gonna
Okay.
like struggling to get out while punching at the same time.
Okay.
Hella frustrated. Loki
Yeah.
having like a little temper tantrum.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, being restrained again after the night's previous engagements, just obnoxious.
And you know what? I'm gonna just hit with an unarmed strike though.
Okay. And what'd you get?
23.
23 hits.
Nice.
And 6 damage.
6
All
damage.
right, nice.
At this point, you punch out at this thing. You hit a piece of its what looks like skirt, the skirt of this armor, and a big chunk of it kind of cracks and falls away. The thing is still moving around, but it seems like it's starting to lose pieces of itself now.
Yeah.
Cornelia, what are you doing?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
run at this one that's right here in front of me with my sword and murder.
Okay.
Yeah, murder.
Oh. I think I hit him
roll with-
actually.
Roll
21.
with advantage. Because it's like basically being
Oh.
absorbed right now by Thargan.
Well, 21 was my best one.
Okay, yeah, you see a gap, and you go for it. Roll damage with sneak attack.
Oh my gosh. So 10, 13, 16?
16 damage. Okay, yeah. So you run across, you slide up.
Oh,
to
I
this
wanted
thing
to
and
cast.
just-
Oh, no, I don't, actually. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Dresden, this thing is wavering in front of you. You've got this herniax. Haven't made contact yet with this axe.
I just let go of the stupid herniax, and I just want to grab it if I can. Just grab the thing.
It's
and then
on fire still.
The one on the left in front of me is on fire. I
Yeah,
thought the one behind
it's-
me to the right was on fire.
No. The one right in front of you is basically with the heat metal.
Oh, I thought it was the other one that was on fire.
Oh no,
Okay,
sorry, that's the
I
one Thargan's
don't-
wrestling with.
Yeah, I thought that was it. Okay.
My bad.
I was like, wow, Thargan's really doing great with that heat. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I undropped the herniax because I'm not grabbing this thing if it's on fire, and the other one is already restrained by Thargan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems to be absorbed,
You
and then
beat me to it. You
and
beat me
then
to it. Doesn't matter.
Cornelia made sure that any kind of resistance it was putting up was quelled.
Fantastico. I'm just gonna once again pick up the pardon me, excuse me, and just swing as hard as I can towards this stupid thing, and I don't know, I'll probably miss, but we'll have fun along the way.
You got this. Come on, bud.
Nah, it's a 14.
Ugh,
14
dang it.
again. Yeah. You actually managed to hit this thing this time, but it raises up a plate and your axe goes by down the side of it. This thing, though
progress
it's
is progress.
yeah, though it's moving unsteadily, it's like still able to move side to side.
Stand
Pretty
still.
slippery. Yeah.
I was still.
Rezik.
So actually, after I saw the map, I'm gonna move up to next to Trust. I didn't know I was on the edge of the map there, so that's not good. So I'll move up to this next to Trust. No, it's not your fault. I didn't look at the map, so that's my bad. So I'll move next to Trust, and then I will cast Firebolt again. So I'll do Incento, and I'll throw a bolt of fire.
Okay. You'd be rolling this with disadvantage just because Dresden's pretty much like right in front, and below him is Pup, and to the side of him is Fitz. So it's a variable wall of your friends right now.
Okay. Then I will. Can I move to where I'm not in disadvantage, or is it totally like blocked off?
It would be really tough. I mean,
Okay.
You
That's
could
fine,
roll.
that's fine.
You
I'll
could
roll,
roll
I'll
with.
roll.
You could not roll with disadvantage if you didn't mind hitting your friends.
Please don't hit us.
I mind, so I'll do disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You're good, man.
So that's a 1.
Okay.
So
Yeah. You really
you hit your
aim
friends?
wide. You aim real wide, and you're like, oh, well, it's better than the alternative. That's kind of your.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust. Your metal heat spell flaming in your eyes continues to burn and melt this thing. Roll damage again as that keeps going.
Yeah, I just feel the heat from Trust as like her horns are just.
Oh, I think you're muted.
You're
We
muted.
lost you.
Oops, it's 8 total.
8 total.
Yep.
This armor continues to melt and starts to snap, and right in front of you, Dresden, the helmet kind of crooks up, looks at you as the whole suit of armor just falls straight down to the
Yeah.
ground. And you
Um,
see Thargan behind you wrestling with this thing as you start to see the metal,
Wrestling.
almost liquid, starts to move
Oh, like Terminator? Oh god.
onto him.
Oh god.
One
In a
bracer,
good way. In a good way or a bad
another
way?
bracer. It seems like this almost is like a second set of skin. An exoskeleton is slowly molding itself onto Thargan.
Thargan?
Good legs. Thargan, is that good or bad?
Is that
And
supposed to be
before-
happening?
And it's maybe some time, a couple minutes while this is happening. Thargan in some other space, eyes clenched, kind of slumps over, exhausted, looking up at you guys. Oh,
Is he all covered?
He's completely covered in this armor. These were guardians built by my ancestors,
There you
and
go.
I felt their power immediately. And he looks down, and as he does that, he slowly gets to his knees
Easy.
and stands up
Hey,
on
you're
2
the edge.
feet,
Be
very
careful.
unsteady.
Careful. I reach out a
And
giant
then-
hand and steady him.
He floats off the ground.
Oh,
ever
please
so
don't
slightly.
tell me.
Bro.
And you look, there's tears in his eyes immediately as he looks at all of you. Just a look of disbelief, stunned emotion. I cannot believe this is something beyond what I thought was possible.
Yeah, I think it makes all of us.
And he kind of
Mhm.
lowers himself down to the ground, takes a step or two, just moving around, just walking. You know, that nothing intense, nothing fancy, just a profound walk, a stroll, and so much relief on his face and in his eyes. Just shaking his head. You can see just thousands of emotions going over and over and over through his head, thinking about times, laughing and chuckling, and then going back. He's just profoundly happy. It's the only emotion you can get from him.
Good for you, old boy.
So you're all right. You feel all right.
I feel better now than I felt in a decade. Trust.
Well, that's good.
You've given me something back that I thought was lost. Lost for good.
So is this why you came here?
Well, no. I did still come to check on the Oathwood, but this...
All right.
This is just icing on the cake, I guess, as the phrase goes.
We like cake.
Like honey on the pie.
There's icing.
Sometimes.
He
There's
walks up.
icing.
And for the first time in a very, very long time, as you suspect, he holds his hand up in a traditional salute and bows very deeply, a sign of respect, something he hasn't been able to do in years. And that's where we're going to leave it till next week.
All right. Yeah.
Bravo.
Lieutenant
Whoa,
Daye
buddy.
knocked himself in the leg.
Literally, all I see though when you do this is Attack on Titan. I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
Sasageo.
Jaymes, one more
Very
hour,
similar.
okay? Just one more hour this one time. Is that okay? Just until midnight.
Is that trigger discipline I see? Nice.
It's just a really long.
All right,
trigger,
guys.
too.
Well, we are going to
Yeah.
split. Thank you so much for hanging out
Give
with
it
us.
her.
I hope you guys have an incredible evening and a great week. I hope you take care of yourselves, take care of each other, have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time.
Hey,
Right.
thank you.
Adios.
Sweet dreams.